Minimize that.
Hey, don't forget to go full health, because last time I forgot.
Yes, please go full health. I will not remind you.
I
Also,
had 8 points of health
Hmm?
when we last fought.
Can hear me.
yeah, your mic is, I think it's not working. Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Tales of Narvinia. My name is Legion's Fury.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, that was funny.
And as always, joining me tonight is our brave adventurers, Valiant's Void, Lazy Mac Jr. 65, and AMR Biscuit. Say hello. Yada yada yada. You say hi, all that bullshit. So where we last left off, our brave heroes had entered the city of the dead, expecting a very warm welcome from. Are you done?
Yeah,
Can I do my intro? Thank you. Our brave adventurers had traveled to the city of the dead, based off of a letter from them, or at least the Duke and Duchess of that city, saying that our very own Dugan was their son and that they wanted to see him. So they traveled there and met with Fakorin and Arabella. In a meal, they went over what had happened and how Dugan's came to be, in a sense, and they realized that Dugan was born in a fucking growing lab, pretty much, and that he was basically made to bring back Malekith. While they were there, Fakorin and Arabella basically kidnapped Dugan and took him down to a lab to finish a ritual to bring Malekith back into his body. But thankfully, Lena and Otis, through some swift and questionable sneaking around outside of a building, managed to make their way down to the ritual, or the lab, and were able to stop the ritual, preventing Dugan from being kicked out of his own body. But unfortunately, they weren't quick enough, and so Malekith is now a permanent consciousness in Dugan's head, always telling him how Lena looks good today. While they were there, Dugan set about setting up an administration for the city to govern itself while he is out, continuing the quest line of gathering allies to fight Petito's armies. And that is where we are going to start our session. So you guys had, Dugan, you had just set the appointments and set out the, will you please, for 5 seconds, stop being a fucking man-child? You have just set up the administration and the party to go out and find some resources to build bigger and stronger undead. You also had the dream of that will look to be a basically dead Imperial. You don't know who it was or what markings were on him. And you also got a message from Agmar saying that you got a letter from Azargoth, the Dragonborn, the Grand Master of the temple over there, saying that he had some information for you guys whenever you guys made your way back down to Azargoth. So,
What's his name again? Sorry,
what was that? I didn't hear you.
The Dragonborn.
Oh, I knew you were gonna ask me that, and you knew it last session. That's why I didn't forget to write it.
Alright. Hold on. Let me pull this out of my ass.
I believe it began with a T.
No, was it Barrymore?
Barrymore, yes, Barrymore. Grandmaster Barrymore. Wow, the fact that you pulled that up so quick. Jesus.
I didn't. That literally came out my ass.
Okay, well, we'll figure it out later. So yeah, you have all that information, all these available to you. Just a matter of what you guys want to do next, going forward.
What was your question?
What are you guys doing next? That was my question.
Have we had breakfast yet?
Yes, you guys had you had breakfast right before you made the appointments. Or while you were making it, I would say.
Yes, okay. And we talked to Agmar too, right? He wanted us to come back, didn't he?
Not necessarily. He pretty much was relaying you the message through your good friend Leroy's. He had a spell. Right. Yeah, he had a spell to that was able to communicate to you. Okay, there we go. So yeah.
Well, what shall we do? I do have the ability to teleport through trees. I can take us vast distances through trees.
Oh, that's cool.
We can pop in for breakfast at Agmar's place. I would have to take a 4-hour rest, though, before I could use that thing again.
I will say, for future context, there is not a tree, because I'm aware of the spell. There is not a tree near the City of the Dead that you know of to get you back here if you wanted to teleport. Because the city...
I don't know. I mean, I'm figured there'd be trees outside of the city, though.
No.
Like, maybe not directly in them, next to it.
Nope.
There's not dead trees either.
Trees.
The dead trees would... The spell would not work with dead trees. Unless you did a restore life or kind of spell to the plant itself, that would be the only way it worked. Because the elven grounds or the elven forest are completely desecrated and no life can be sustained on it. So just remember that going forward.
Then we travel one direction until we hit a tree. And then I will make myself very, very comfortable with this tree. I will make sure to familiarize myself with every bark and crevice.
Okay. All right.
Every voluptuous knot on this tree.
So you guys wanted to fight Tiamat, right?
Yeah. Shows up all of a sudden. This campaign is now over.
I heard you wanted to fight Tink and Petito at the same time.
Bring the fuckers on. Let's do it.
What exactly did Grandmaster Barrymore want again?
So pretty much, he sent a letter to Elysium, for you guys. Basically, all it said was that he looked into the information that you had requested for him to look into, but he didn't want to send it over letter just in case somebody intercepted it and that information got to people that you guys were not wanting it to get to.
Right.
So pretty much he's saying, come talk to me if you want this information.
Right.
That's the information we need, right? We should go.
Well, this is what we were talking about last time, is that we don't have Durnavir. Durnavir is big dead, so...
Right. You guys were worried about if the Dragonborn would be mad about Durnavir's passing. Or disappearance.
I'm pretty sure it was Durnavir that even asked for the information, so...
It was.
Well, we would have to tell him that he passed away, or he disappeared.
Really? One day.
Eventually. One day.
We'll send him
Just
a letter.
never say anything. That would be funny.
We'll hit that roadblock when it comes.
Right. We'll come across that.
Maybe one day. Maybe when we summon the banners to war. Oh, by the way, your associate's dead. We don't know what happened.
You're being called upon. Bring your armies, and they're all like on the front lines. So where's Durnavir?
He caught him.
He did.
He's in Petito's dungeons. We need to save him. Lead the charge.
I like how the first 5 minutes of this has been just about Durnavir.
I don't. So did we know specifically what Genevieve was asking for, or this was just a missive that he sent personally, and Barrymore is like reaching back out, trying to reach Genevieve?
So as far roll me a history check, actually. See if you remember what transpired while you were in Azeroth.
It was gonna be an 18, and then it rolled over to a 5.
You start to like reach back and try to remember, what did we do in Azeroth? You know, we we drank some wine. That's all you can remember. Really hot and gross wine. Spicy wine, yeah. That's all you remember.
Very questionable wine here.
Mm-hmm. And that's about it, I'm afraid.
So, if I guess sort of correctly, can you throw me a bone?
Can you throw me a bone? Jesus.
'Cause I do remember quite a bit about that. I
Right.
just don't know specifically, because I remember Durnavir had like lost his place, I guess, with the followers of Tiamat. Like I remember him being in repentance.
Which he did. Yep, he was in good standing with the
Right,
Dragonborn.
when we left.
Yes.
And I believe we had asked for their aid. And the whole thing with Petito.
Yep, and they did pledge their service to you.
Right. I am just failing to remember in what way exactly. I feel like there was something specific. Like, yes, we asked for their help, but I feel like there was something like specifically that we asked their help for, and I'm just not getting any.
I can't throw you a bone there. I'm afraid. I do know what you guys asked for, but I can't throw you a bone.
Maybe we should go try and find the devil.
Next, Horsey.
I will call for him with my wiener.
He's suddenly in front of you. Hello, darling. I heard you call for me from the 9 hells. I'm kidding. Yep, that is one of your requests as well. This is just this might as well be a session 0 of just planning what the fuck you guys are gonna do next.
What are next steps?
I told Biscuit, I was like, it's been a minute since we've done a shop episode. It might have been a fucking shop episode.
Oh God, help me.
Oh yeah, what's the shop in this area in the City of the Dead? Let's go over there.
Okay. So you guys travel outside the keep. As you guys walk outside, as you guys are walking down the stairs and whatnot, you start to notice that the keep is a lot more active now. There's a lot more undead servants and just various other servants running around. This is a new administration, so a lot of things are moving and changing. A lot of people have been hired, fired, that sort of thing. So there's a lot of change going on right now. But as you step outside, you are greeted with look to be 4 decked out, head to toe armored skeleton warriors. They are standing at the front of the doors, and as soon as they see you, they basically take their sword, put it to their chest, and they start to follow you.
I'm gonna turn and look at him and be like,
As you look at them, Biscuit, as you look at them, you feel a connection.
A romantic connection?
No, not a romantic connection. You feel as though, even though you know you didn't summon these, you feel you have control over them.
Oh, snap.
You don't know what it is. Something in you feels like you can manipulate these skeletons.
I'm gonna be like, in my head, I'm like, Malekith, do you recognize these guys?
Oh, yes, that's Jerry, Fred, Dave, Ricky. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm afraid these... I've been dead for 20 years. I don't know any of these guys.
Can you? Does it make sense that I feel this weird connection with them? Like I'm the one who summoned them, and I have the ability to give them commands, so on and so forth.
I honestly, even I didn't have this power. Most of the time that even you would know this. Most of the time that you do this kind of necromancy, that the only person that has that kind of control over them would be the person that summoned them. So this is weird, even to you, and you're into a lot of weird shit.
Mm. Yes.
To put it bluntly, this is interesting. Could be you. Malekith just says to you, could be useful.
I guess I'll just let them follow us then until we get to the shop or wherever, and then just have them stand outside the door.
Okay. So yeah, you guys start making your way through the town. Make a we'll have, since Dugan seems to be leading this, Dugan, make an investigation check.
An investigation check. I should just ask.
That involves an investigation check. That falls under it.
It's only an 11.
11. So it takes you about an hour and a half, 2 hours to finally find somebody that gives you a actual pinpoint location of a general goods store in the city. There's not many stores in the city because it's just not a very commerce-y area. So it's very hard to actually get shop owners and goods into the city with it's more or less just one of the people that live in the city that is making this stuff from the resources that have just come in that are naturally made in the city. You go to him, and it is a dark elf. As you enter the shop, you notice various symbols and will look to be art and decor throughout the city, or this building that you enter, pertaining to more I wouldn't say archaic, but more voodoo-esque kind of magic in a sense. You enter in, and the drow's standing at the counter, and he looks at you. Welcome, master. It is a pleasure to meet you. What brings you to my humble shop?
Well, my comrades and I were about to embark or continue on our quest, and we have come to restock on supplies before leaving.
I will do what I can, but I must tell you now, my master, that the shop is very undersupplied, so I will do my best to give you what you need.
Okay. All right. Well, what does everyone need? I don't really need anything.
I need potions, health potions.
He's like, I can't be dying again.
Yeah, I died too much.
Yes. I have 2 simple and 1 greater health potions. That is all, I'm afraid.
I'll take all 3 of them unless somebody else wants some.
That'll be 750 gold.
Jesus Christ. What would I say? Jesus Christ, who would I say?
You don't know what your character would say?
No, I'm saying, what God?
Which God?
Well, a seer is the closest thing to Jesus Christ.
A seer.
A seer's God. And the drow looks at you. How dare you speak that name in this shop? Disgusting. Thank you for your patronage. And he takes the gold and puts it away. What can I do for the rest of you?
I believe I am good to go. I don't think I need anything in particular. I hope that with the new administration in place, that this can be restocked thoroughly by the time we return.
I've been in contact with your new logistics manager, and he is. They have told me that they are bringing in more supplies from outside of the city. So hopefully I will be restocked and fully operational within, I would say, 2 months.
Very good.
I'm afraid I didn't catch your name, my lady. Was there anything you required?
I'm good.
Oh, what? I thank you for the patronage, and of course it is always an honor to see the new master returned into my shop. Please stop by any time.
Very well. And what was your name again?
My name is Akiran.
Akiran. I will do my best to remember that.
If you forget, I will not judge you, master.
The DM is going to forget by the time we come back.
Most definitely. Val's already writing it down.
Yeah, she's got the whole thing up right now. She's been typing this whole time.
Val, if you could just compile that into like a fucking doco or something like that and just send it to me.
A bunch of mumbo jumbo half the time.
I am fluent in mumbo jumbo. This is how this campaign started, is my mumbo jumbo. So the fact
That's
that
how we got the titty map with mumbo jumbo.
Well, it's leaking a little bit too.
So anyways, fucking Tiamat just hits the fucking top of the building and breathes all 5 of its heads into the shop, killing you all instantly. Campaign over. Thank you for watching. I'm done DMing. We're never playing Dungeons and Dragons again. I'm kidding. Maybe.
Oblivion.
Back to Oblivion.
Lazy, you just hear click click. Lazy's back on Oblivion. So yeah, so where you guys heading now?
Let's go to Darkshire. I'm just kidding.
You
It's on
totally,
the other side of the-
you totally could. It would take you about
a month.
no, it'd take you longer than that, but that's like a 6-month fucking
How many miles is it?
give or take. I would say about 5,000 to 6,000 miles.
Dude,
It is literally as far west as you can go. Like I said, the map is not to scale, but it's a couple thousand miles.
I think that's longer than the U.S. 6,000 miles.
Yeah, this titty that you keep calling it is a big titty.
Yeah, double D's. I don't know how big. I'm assuming that's the biggest size. I don't know if there's any bigger. I think there's an E.
There is an E.
Something like that.
Anyways, so yeah. Let me modify these spells. So what are you guys doing now?
Should we continue north?
So where were we going before we stopped at the City of the Dead? We were heading somewhere else.
So
Following
The
what is
lady.
her name? Your girlfriend.
Yeah, we were
Oh,
following your
yeah.
girlfriend.
The train.
We,
And
yeah,
before that, I suggested that we try and take care of the bitch queen.
Yeah.
Umberly.
So
why
I
don't
guess
we do the
can
bitch
go-
queen?
Yeah, let's go there next.
That involves next RC. Let's do this.
okay, so for that journey itself, you would probably need, you would know that you would need some kind of ship in a way to transport you to what would be the center of the ocean, which damn, I wish I could pull it up on the maps, but I'll worry about that later, which would be you would guess somewhere south of the Ember Island, somewhere in that area.
You want me to share my screen?
The stream wouldn't be able to see it, but it's fine.
They suck anyway. I'm just kidding.
Jeez, I apologize for what he. You guys don't suck. Please keep supporting.
Oh Say it when they start sending you some bits.
I know, right? But yeah,
Show us the bits.
you would know that based off the
Ditties.
information that the sea bitch sent you or told you, the center of the ocean would be south of the Ember Islands, at least the main ocean of Narvinia, which would be where the Ember
I think
Islands.
that's even further away than Darkshire.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Because the Ember Islands is past Darkshire. So south.
The Ember Islands was where Val's or
Yeah.
all of Lena's stuff was.
Yeah, but
We were up and down that mountain a few times. Was there a good tree I might have been familiar with?
Well, there is a tree.
Can I do like
south
a
of
history check
Darkshire?
or something like that?
Yeah, do a nature check.
Right on their fanghold. You have a map? You have the map pulled out?
Who, me?
Not you.
Oh.
Hold on. Val distracted me. What am I doing? Nature check?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna cast guidance on my ass.
Just your
Okay.
ass?
Just my ass.
Just your ass.
That's a 19 total.
Okay, and you were trying to find a tree in what location? I'm sorry?
On the Ember Isles.
The Ember
Yeah,
Islands.
that's the place where we were going up and down the mountain all the time
Yeah.
and stuff. 'Cause that was,
You reach out and you start to try and commune with the nature, with the trees out there. As you do, it's almost like a scry spell. You start reaching out, but instead of like going up in the air and how I described it, you enter what feels like the nerves of nature itself. You start to travel through the ground, and
That's cool.
you keep going, and you go even further down, hitting the ocean. You start to connect with the plants and the amphibious plants of the ocean, and you travel to the Ember Islands. But as soon as you do, you hit the main island and you stop, and you return quickly back to your body itself. From what you remember about the Ember Islands, it was a very volcano-ish, not really suitable for plant life itself. You would know that most of their timber or wood itself is imported from the mainland.
what a fucking bitch. All right. The only other thing I can think of
go
is next to the port where we could get a boat.
You would know that I would say that Lover's Watch and Elysium, you would be pretty familiar with a tree or two out there. I will give you that. You only went to the Ember Islands once, but you would know Elysium. There is a pretty sizable tree in the main courtyard that you could travel through if you so wish. I would say you're pretty familiar with that one. I'll throw you a bone there a little bit.
Oh, thanks. Okay. In that case, then, what do you guys think? Should we do it? Should we go?
Let's go.
Okay.
Lena, how do you feel? How you feel, Lena?
I don't know how I'm feeling, guys. So the whole thing with the bitch queen is she wanted an exorcism.
Yes, we had to come up with a plan to do that.
And the only bargaining chip I have with Naxorcy is our dearly departed friend, Afki.
Oh, she needed the soul, right?
Well, yeah,
have it.
Naxorcy wanted. Yeah, I know.
So we're good to go.
He's kind of my friend now, though.
He's kind of your what?
He's kind of my friend now, a little bit.
How about I take away him for a little while and then I'll just come back to you so you can get used
Sorry,
to
I
not
lost
being
him.
around. And you could just blame me for it.
Oh Jesus!
I mean, mean, we could go in.
So our original goal is to tempt Naxorsi with the soul
Vafki.
of Afki, and then call for the sea bitch to then show up. And then at the time that they fight, we fuck up whoever loses.
Well, she's
or
trapped.
wins.
She's trapped. That's the whole. Isn't it the whole thingy? Is that she's trapped in the place in the
Well, how would we have?
middle of the ocean, and she needs an Naxorsi to set her free or something?
Nope.
I'm totally off base there.
No, you just don't know anything
Well,
about it.
She hates him for some. No, she told me she hates him for some reason. It's like an important thing, but.
As far as you know, she just knows that he's a powerful demon, in a sense.
Oh, he's serving what's his name, and she has a grudge against him.
Fucking god damn it! These names, man.
Fucking Vecna.
Vecna.
There you go.
That's right. That's right. Malekith, do you remember Vecna?
I'm afraid I've never heard of him. Sorry.
Anyway, so the thing is I don't really know. We could fuck up and summon Naxorsi to try and trick him, and he could fuck us up.
The last time we ran into that fucker, we were like level 5. We've gained a whole 6 levels here. We might stand a chance.
I mean, we could always just fight the sea bitch.
You would want to fight her over Naxorsi? You would want to fight a god over a demon. You know what? Fuck it. We can fight her and we win. You know what? Naxorsi is just going to be a stroll.
I am in the process of trying to turn over new leaves here. All right. Before, everyone was totally against backstabby Lena. But now when it's convenient, everyone wants me to be backstabby Lena. So what the fuck do you want? Do you want good Lena or do you want bad Lena? Because you don't get to have bad Lena and not get to have backstabby Lena for your ass too.
I'm just trying to make the most sense of this situation.
Nobody wants bad Lena, backstabbing Lena.
All right. So then I can't sacrifice Alfie. That'd be fucked.
All right, so we're not gonna go after the Sea Witch, so we'll go somewhere else.
Let's go to Darkshire. What the fuck do we go to Darkshire for?
I was just saying because it was on.
He was just being him.
Let's do it. Legion would be mad.
We go to
Come on, Legion. You gotta come up with something on the fly.
Well, we have no idea right now what's going on. Apparently.
Okay, so what are you guys doing? This is what I need to know. What are you guys doing?
We need to know where you're at in the story so we can kind of.
You can go anywhere.
Well,
we want to nudge our way to what you have planned for today.
I have a lot of shit. Planned.
I know you're excited for today, and we're probably not going to do what you're excited for. You're going to have to wait another month because it's going to keep happening.
Oh my god!
Because you don't give us any type of like.
Okay, so you guys have Naxorsi. You could go fight him. You could also do. You could head back to Ezergoth to get the information.
I've got an idea. Why don't we just fight Naxorsi ourselves? Like we can be like, haha, Naxorsi, come here. We have Afki's soul, and then just fuck him up. Or just jump him.
That was my literal original suggestion. We could lure him out with him.
That's what you said.
Oh, I said lure him out then and then call the sea bitch. That's what I said. Yeah, my bad. Same story.
And then you want to fight.
I don't know.
We must come up with an elaborate plan. We must trap him and then fuck him.
So, Legion, based on our knowledge of the world, and let's just say we're stack ranking the baddies.
Okay, go for it.
Between Petito and Naxorsi, in our own perception of this world and our own knowledge as characters, who is the badder baddie?
Who is the stronger of the two?
I
Nexorcy
feel
or
like
Petito?
I feel like we're getting way above game right now.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
That's actually a good
No,
question. That's
that's-
something that we would know.
No, that
That's
is
something that we should know.
this would be something you could know. Petito is by far the strongest thing in the world at this moment.
Okay, so he's the baddest baddie for us right now.
Yes.
So I think that means we fucking Nexorcy up. That's what I think.
Here we go. Let's do it. Let's fucking yeah.
Okay. So, what do you guys?
Okay, what do we know about Nexorcy?
Nexorcy.
What
So you
do
guys
we know about his weaknesses or anything like that we can kind of plan around it?
So going based off of your knowledge of or what you've done or seen around him, you know he's working for a being known as Vecna, the immortal one, the undying one. You don't know why he is working for him because based off what you know about Vecna, him and Nexorcy would not work together by normal means. So there's some kind of an arrangement going on there.
That Nexorcy is not a fan of, right? I feel like I remember Nexorcy that we know or something that Nexorcy is like
based yes,
working with Vecna, but not necessarily like willingly. He's kind of like
yes. You guys got the feeling that he was in the bad end of this arrangement. You don't know why or how Vecna would be able to control this creature, especially since it's not Nexorcy isn't undead in itself. So that he has something over him in that regard, as far as you can tell.
So Nexorcy works for Vecna. We don't know why. We know that it's probably not willingly, and that it's unusual for them to be working together.
Correct. I hear the typing. Jesus Christ. Yeah, as far as you know that there's some kind of arrangement going. You would also know, based on what you saw when you were traveling with the Dragonborn, that Lady, let me go back and look.
Lady Fuckerface?
Yeah, Lady Fuckerface is working for Lady Severin. Yes, thank you. Lady Severin
You're muted
is
right now, honey.
Is working for Nexorcy, and as far as you know, she's not dead.
Right. Yes, I do remember that.
You also know that Nexorcy basically told y'all to leave Blackrock to do whatever he wants to do with it, essentially. As far as other than that, that's all you know, really. You guys tried to visit the village you went to the first time you had ran into him, but the village was completely gone. There was nothing left, no sign of it, no breadcrumb or anything to lead you to where it could have been.
We know that, or at least we inferred that the whole reason he wanted Black Rock was for the black powder mines, though, right?
That, yeah, you could assume that.
Because we tried to like blow the mines up, but instead he like protected them, and
there was some kind of spell that prevented you from blowing it up. Yes.
there was also, I don't forget how we learned it, but there was also like talk that it was for Petito. Like it's the mines are now being funneled into Petito's army.
Yeah, I mean that is a fair assessment. After everything that's been going on, as far as you can tell, there's no direct link between Petito and this Nexorcy or this Vecna character. So you could assume that they are working together. In some way. But you've not ran into a situation where they have openly admitted they are working together.
What else do I know about Nexorcy? He's a devil, right?
Yes, he is.
And we know, what do we know about devils? That they
They're very hot.
Well, thank you, Captain Obvious. No, I mean, like, I
Roll
feel like
me-
I remember something about, like, typically they're bound to Avernus or, like, the Nine Hells or something, but for some reason he is...
He has the ability to come here.
Yep.
So there's got to be something that's anchoring him.
Can I roll my, I guess, like, roll my knowledge of that? Like, what we've learned or...
Yeah, sure. Make me an intelligence check.
Uh-oh. I'm kind of dumb, actually.
I'm kind of
Let
stupid.
me guide you
Oh,
with
God.
finance.
Okay, well then, if you're gonna say it like that, you have to give me a little jig at least. I want to see the Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, my God. Where is this campaign going?
That's perfect. Okay. All right, you have guidance. Okay, so I'm just doing a straight intelligence roll.
Mm-hmm.
And then a 1d4.
It doesn't matter. It's a shit. It's a 9.
It's a 9.
No, 6 plus 2 is 8. So.
Well, you know they're not bad looking. Just general knowledge of devils themselves. You would know they're not normally on the mortal plane itself. You know they're mostly bound to the Nine Hells and Avernus and all that. And typically they are usually never really keen to start a fight, and more or less are manipulating people to do the fighting or moves themselves.
Do we know if he's a devil or is he like an archdevil?
He is a you know he is a type of devil. You just don't know what.
And he's been trying to make deals with us this whole time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Legionaries,
Oh, thank you, Biscuit.
salute your new centurion!
What was the last deal he tried to make with us?
You gotta,
Do you remember?
you gotta
Touch my
fucking dig
nuts.
deep, you little fucking
I just know that he
Come on,
wanted
get that voice
something
going.
from all of
Oh,
us.
I love it. I love
And it was
I
a little
fucking-
different from each person.
Right now.
He wanted my soul for something. He wants Afki from you. I don't remember what Durnber's was, and then I don't remember what.
I don't think
Otis
I was here when.
Basically, he wanted your souls, or like to make a deal with you, in that sense, to grant you these boons and whatnot for Afki's soul. Like he wanted
Right.
you guys to go back and get Afki and bring him to him so he could take
Yeah,
his
that
soul.
was in Barrington.
Yes, that was in Barrington. Correct.
I thought outside of Blackrock, he had attempted again, but I couldn't remember if it had to do with Afki or if it was about something else entirely. 'Cause
No, all he told you when you guys were in Blackrock is to pretty much leave. He wanted you guys to just leave. You could feel he didn't want to kill you, because he easily could have. You know he could have easily killed you right then and there, but he gave you the opportunity to leave.
Okay, so let's say we fight Naxorcy. Does anybody have any good ideas about where we should try to fight this guy? And or how we even get him to pop up?
We should do it over water.
That's a bad idea. I don't want to be anywhere near water. I've got to
Somewhere
see down
not flammable.
Lazy.
Should bring him to the city of the dead.
That's fair.
If we can bring him here, we'll be able.
You wanna burn my city down as soon as
Well,
something's got
we can walk him into the Elven Forest. He said there's really nothing there that can grow.
See, that's in a mountain, right? Not crazy.
Huh?
Sea of Dead is in a mountain, right?
Yes, it is in the mountain that is north to the Elven Forest.
So yeah, let's put them up in the open forest. It's outside ish.
Ish. Okay. I mean, I can. We can somewhat set up some kind of trap.
But how do we lure him? Like we've never really been able to just like summon him before. He's always just conveniently been places.
As if the DM wrote him in there.
Here's Afki. Right here. In this blade, he's here. Come on. I know you're listening, bitch.
Well,
Get
let's
out
not
here.
summon him. Let's not summon him yet until we get to our
Your
destination.
mother's a
Right.
Jesus. So you guys want to go find Naxorsi. It is pretty much your goal. You've never dealt with devils themselves. They're masters of manipulation and thinking of 3 steps ahead while you're on you haven't even started planning, in a sense. They are always typically a step ahead. So trying to track them down themselves already is a hard thing. But you do have magic, and you do have the ability to use scrying spells. You also have maybe if you found a cleric or some kind of being that could.
I've got an idea.
Go
I
ahead.
pull a dagger out of my ass.
Okay.
Afki,
What?
I have a question for you.
Yes, what is it?
Do you have any idea why a devil might want your soul?
Why a devil might want my soul?
Indeed.
Well, I mean, I'm a paladin, or not? Sorry, not a paladin, a cleric of Brihinder. He's not.
What is that? Let me write that down.
That is the god of knowledge. I made up a new name. We've talked about this before. I just made a name on the fly. I'm not really a my god's not really exactly anything fancy. It's just the god of knowledge, the pursuit of knowledge. So
Can you
it's
spell that for me, Rich? Listen, you spit it out. You better goddamn well be ready to spell it.
I had a Tennessee education. Brihinder, BRIN, HINDER.
Behinder. Okay.
Brihinder. Well, it's I don't know why he'd want me in particular, but I don't know. I guess.
Do you know anything about Naxorsi?
Well, he had come to the village about, I would say, 8 months before I set off.
Right.
On my escapade into the mountains.
Yes, we all remember this. Yeah, we're there.
He proved himself to be a very smart and charismatic person, so I decided to kind of give him the reins while I was away to test his leadership skills. He had been very helpful in the village at the time, so why not?
Yeah, I'm gonna try not to question your judgment about that, but yeah, continue. Go ahead.
Well, now I can see I fucked up, okay? You don't have to remind me. Well, and after a while, I mean, you guys showed up and killed literally all of my friends.
No. Well,
you killed all my friends.
Okay. You all right?
Or at least the members of my order. And I came back off the mountains, went to Bridgerton, and
cut off all the years.
And found my city completely empty and all my people dead.
Right. Yes.
I went into a bit of a depressive state after that, and went back up into the mountains with Fenrir, and made your potion.
Yes. Okay, I remember all this. So anyway, back in Barrington,
Barrington.
Naxorsi
Yes.
offered us all a deal
He what?
that he would give us Naxorsi. He
Right.
offered us all a deal. The
Oh.
4 of us. Well, 3 of us plus 1 who is no longer with us. That he would give us all a boon of what we wanted most. In exchange, the only thing he wanted was your soul.
That's interesting.
You got no idea why? Nothing ringing a bell?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, maybe he wanted to control me in some way. I wouldn't know why. I mean, I'm pretty smart. I can figure a lot of things out, but...
Listen, Aki. You're supposed to be like a genie in a bottle. I'm supposed to give this fucking dagger a little bit of a rub, and you're supposed to pop out and give me anything I want, or at least some fucking answers that I need, and you're not being very helpful right now. Your soul is on the line, by the way. I'm trying to figure out how we kill this guy without sacrificing you.
Well, honestly, I don't know. I only have the knowledge that I had in life. I don't know what Naxorsi wanted from me.
Alright, he's a devil. Do you think he can kick his ass? The 3 of us?
No.
You really don't think so?
I don't know. I've seen you guys fight. You're strong, but... To fight Naxorsi, I mean, you've seen what he's done. For a devil, he is powerful. But...
You think we're barking up the wrong tree?
Not necessarily. It's a good road to go down. I think these are some of the questions we need to be asking ourselves, especially to figure out what's going on with him and this Vecna character. It doesn't make sense. In my pursuit of knowledge, I have never seen a relationship like theirs. For them to be in cahoots, as you would call it, is unheard of. A devil does not tie himself to this kind of figure.
Ask him if he's a virgin.
I heard that. Afka can hear you guys. You just can't hear him.
Unless we're touching the blade.
Yes, it's the only person that is touching the blade. But yeah, maybe he's in some kind of agreement that's binding him to him.
They probably need to sacrifice a virgin. If he's a pure soul, then that's why they would need him. Especially if they need to take out the girl or the lady if she's in prison.
Do you think that tracks at all?
I'm sorry. What did you say? I kind of expand upon that.
That Afki is a pure soul, and that perhaps that is what he needed for something.
You could say that. I mean, you could tell that Afki has never really. He's always followed the good side of things, you know. He did tell you that potion that he made was not exactly his kind of viewpoint. In a sense, it's not very Brahinder type of knowledge or pursuit of knowledge. But he's generally stayed on the good side of things. I mean, he's just a human, pretty much. Brahinder is a very neutral god, so there's not a very good or bad side to it. It's just it really depends on the person itself.
You know, Afki, since you follow Brahinder, do you have any idea if we were to want to go somewhere or find someone who has or could have information that we don't know about Vecna or Naxorsi, could you point us in the right direction?
Information on Vecna, whoever that is, no, I don't. I've never read about him. Naxorsi, I've never heard of Naxorsi in terms of devil-wise. I know I've met him and all that, but I've never heard of him devil-wise. The only information or source pool of information that in depth would be at the College of Brahinder. It's not far from Lachlan, if I remember.
I have something to reference.
Okay.
This is fucking map.
Let me pull up the map as well.
Okay, Lachlan's not that far.
Yeah, it's actually a hop, skip,
Okay.
away.
So if you're looking at Lachlan, if you head south, give or take, at the beginning of that next set of trees, it would be somewhere in that cluster of trees, like in that area. But that area is about, I would say, 500 miles, give or take, with cities.
That's
and
hella close to Petito's side of things, though.
It is. Based on what you know, that now that he tells you this, there are a few cities definitely in that area that are Petito aligned, but as far as you know, he has not interfered with the studies and temples and other things. So as far as you know, the Temple of Brahinder would be accessible to you.
Damn, I totally thought Argos was like on the other side of the map.
Nope. Argos is, like I said, it's like you can see on the map, is in that middle area where a bunch of the city-states, kind of like how Fangton was originally, a bunch of city-states in this general cluster. There was no direct central government or higher government than that, because ever since the fall of the Empire, there's never been a clear ruler over these lands, so it's kind of just been city-states. The only real sort of empire-wise before Petito came along was the elves and maybe the Dragonborn in Azeroth. But even then, Azeroth, as you could tell, is a very loose connection of villages in one main citadel that houses the temple and the city around it. Yeah, there's a cluster of cities near Argos as well. It's not on the map because you just haven't been there, and it's not that important or story important at least.
All right, guys, how you feeling? Well, I guess they can't hear anything, so I have to translate all this.
Okay, yeah, we'll just say for the sake of scrutiny. Yeah, pretty much. You tell your companions what Afki is relate to you.
This is what Afki said.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Copy and
Do you think
paste.
we should still go for Naxorsi, or do you think we should try and like get a better feel of him first? We're not necessarily prepared. It is kind of spur of the moment.
Hey, can I say something? Afki will pipe up once more.
Oh, hold, please. I have another person on the line. Hello. Yes.
You mentioned a Lady Severin, correct?
Yeah, she's a cunt.
Maybe the best way to target Naxorsi is to target the people that work for him. As far
Lady Severin is though.
As far as I know, most devils don't do the work themselves. They have people under them do it. So if we were to start maybe going after them, we might find out more, or he might come after us.
That's a good.
That is handy dandy. I wish I knew. Last place we saw Severin was
that Lover's Watch, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because the Dragonborn heard.
Didn't the Dragonborn drag her away, or did she escape?
No, so they came because some of Dernavir's people disappeared. They were supposed to be coming to give him something, or he was giving them something. Right. They never showed up, and the Dragonborn assumed that they were killed. Or Lady Severin said something that, I don't know. We connected it to Lady Severin and her spies, and me. And so she they were coming basically to kick her ass. We thought Didn't we think we killed her, or we tried to kill her, or something?
So
We thought
what?
she.
So what happened was you guys did end up fighting her in Lover's
Yes.
Watch because the Dragonborn came to basically butcher everyone in that city.
Everyone, yeah. We're
Um,
trying to save it.
and you did manage to save it. And the Triarchy quickly realized that Lady Seven was leaving and basically said, "You can have her," after you defeated her guards and whatnot. Um, when she was captured, she was tortured by the Dragonborn for any more information, which she didn't really.
Yes, I remember.
Which she did not give any. But while
And
you
then
guys,
Naxorcy showed up, right?
Yep.
And he took her away. We followed him into the woods.
Yep, you guys,
and
as you guys were following him, you saw him kill what would be about a contingent of soldiers, which consists of about 50 or so
Oh yeah, Dragonborn. Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
Dragonborn that got eviscerated. Then
Okay,
you
I guess
guys,
that is the scale for us to go off of for thinking about in terms of our firepower and his.
but I mean, don't get me wrong, the Dragonborn weren't okay. So basically, the Dragonborn have a very low tier bunch of soldiers that you guys saw. They were very basic. They weren't the Dragon Lords. The Dragon Lords are the real fighters of the Dragonborn and Azeroth itself. They are clad in dragon scale armor and such that are roomed up and could protect against that magic itself. The people that Naxorcy killed were very basically peasants and conscriptions or lower acolytes of the temple itself. So they weren't actual fighters. But killing 50 people like that is still
Yeah.
it's still you got to take with a grain of
Still a
salt.
feat, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the last place we saw.
Yeah, you guys followed him into the woods, and where he's basically said you fucked up a little bit, and we have some talking to do. So the last time you saw them, they weren't on the greatest of terms, you could say.
We don't even know where she is, though. Is the thing. She's gonna be just as hard to track down as he is.
I mean, we could
Wait,
just start where she disappeared from, like Lover's Watch, and see if she's ever
can
made a
Dugan
return.
scry Lady Severn?
You could certainly try.
I mean, we had quite a few interactions with her.
I have to think of something that she had on her because it's an item, something like that.
It was
I have to be familiar with it at least.
I believe the scry spell is you just have to be familiar with the person.
Is it? I might be thinking of locate object or something like that.
That sounds more like what it's
because
supposed to.
we had fucking nothing on Lucia.
Creature you choose that is on the same plane of existence as you. Target must make a wisdom saving throw. Which I don't care about that. Target knows your cast spell. It doesn't say. All it says is a particular creature you choose that is on the same plane of existence as you.
Okay.
Yep. Now I will say for, D&D, our rules wise, you have had to at least met them and know they exist.
Right.
Kind of like attuning to something, you have to get familiar with them. You can't just, I want to scry Petito, and you're there.
Right, we've never personally seen him or interacted with
exactly.
him anyway.
You've never had a connection. It's kind of like walking through the trees. You have had to actually seen the tree and know it exists in that sense.
Okay.
So you could try and scry for Lady Severin.
Okay, we can do that then.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, so the wisdom save would be, so she has to roll this in order for it to work or not. A wisdom save of 15.
Yep.
If I'm familiar, like I know the target well, then she gets -5 to that, so that's a 10 wisdom save that she has to pass.
Okay.
Now the connection portion of it, there's different modifiers that can adjust that. Likeness or picture. So if I like have something of her, or I guess if I can picture her. Possession or garment, if I have something of her possession.
Right, those would help the spell.
Correct. And I don't have any of those three, so we won't worry about those.
You're only going based off of what you remember of her.
So knowledge. Okay. I don't know if I would be particularly familiar with her. Like we've talked a few times, like a couple of times, but it wasn't like, I don't know. I guess I'll scry and I'll let you decide if it's a -5 or not to the wisdom saving throw. But she has to pass a 15 if there's no modifier, or a 10 if I'm familiar with her.
Okay. Okay. So you cast a ritual. Your mind, once again, reaches out into the great air and starts traveling hundreds and hundreds of miles. And you start to get to this, what looks to be desert, in a sense. You get to this, you start to see a desert come up. And you see a few villages, and eventually you narrow down on what looks to be this grander city itself. And you manage to, you start to go down into it. And as you do, you feel like you're about to pretty much like crash into the ground, but suddenly you go right through it, and you start traveling underground. You see rock and stone all around you, and eventually you come upon what looks to be a prison. And as you travel through this prison, you eventually come to this door. You go through it, and inside you see what looks to be a chamber holding Lady Severin with chains around her wrist and legs, kind of like this in X style, with flames surrounding her. And then she looks up. Please, help me. And then woof, you're back.
She far. She deep.
She's far, yes. Based off of what you have seen as you've gone through this scry, you would know she's probably somewhere in the deserts. And the main desert would be around Darkshire in that area. Just based off of your general knowledge of Narvinia.
Okay. I guess if we start heading that way.
Nice.
Thank you.
Crack that bitch. Crack that bitch. Would there be a tree in that general direction that I would be familiar with?
Make a nature check, bud, with disadvantage. Because you've never been there.
Oh, if I've never been there, then that's fine. We could just travel. But...
I will say, for the sake of making traveling faster, I will allow you a nature check. If you've been in that area, you won't have disadvantage.
2 nat 20s.
You're fucking kidding me.
No shit, dude.
Wow. Okay. You once again you start to travel.
My only nat 20 in this whole fucking campaign.
2 nat 20. That's the first time we've had 2 nat 20s back to back. Wild. So yeah. Once again, you start to travel through the roots of nature itself and start whipping around like you're scrying, and eventually you come across this wood line that's just right before the desert, and you come across this mighty great, what looks to be like a red oak, and you feel it. You feel the connection established between you and this tree, and you feel as though you know it.
I'd be like, don't worry, boys. I found a thick one.
I'm about to say, that is one thing about the spell. You have to find one that can fit you guys. You can't just pop into a little twig.
Did you hear?
Yeah, you
Look at that. Look at that.
It's fucking crazy.
Look at that.
That is fucking wild.
When I rolled the first one, I was like, oh, God. Rolling it on the first one is always the worst. And I was like, there's no fucking way. I'm going to get nat 1 next is what's going to happen.
It's normally how it goes for me.
Damn, can I have one? Or are they like half and half in there? I should have asked you to warm up some for me too.
Damn.
What the fuck? What happened?
If you didn't see it, you missed it.
No, I was looking. I was looking on my left.
All right, so I'm gonna go warm up some fries as well, real quick.
Oh my god, we haven't done anything. Jesus Christ.
Anyways, so he successfully scries. She's in a prison,
Mm-hmm.
and I missed what she asked for specifically.
Help.
She looked. Yeah, pretty much. She just said, "Please help me."
Okay.
But no.
Yep.
Well, I go warm up French fries.
God damn it.
We obviously need to travel out of the town, out of the forest until we get, or not forest, but until we reach a tree.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first thing I'm doing. First thing we're doing.
Okay.
We're looking for a tree that I can be like, portal, big fat ass red oak, portal, walk through. All right. I'll be back.
Okay. So yeah, you guys start leaving.
325. 2
You guys start leaving the city, saying your goodbyes, letting people know you leave. The skeletons keep following you outside of the city as well, and you guys start traveling the old elven lands. As you guys do, I need all of you to make a perception checks.
My passive perception is 16. I still got to roll.
Yes.
Wait. Is my undead friends coming?
Yes.
Frank and Bob?
Yes, they're coming. They're following you. Why am I hearing myself twice?
He has you on his phone.
Oh, okay.
I got
So-
a 10.
10.
I got a 7.
7. Okay, well, it looks like it's up to Biscuit.
He got a 52.
Yeah, no, I don't think he did.
Perception.
I have a natural perception of 20 fucking 2. And you're
Yeah.
telling me I need to roll for this?
Yep.
I got a non-natural 20.
Non-natural 20. Okay. As you guys are traveling, you guys get to pretty close to the edge. It takes you guys about, I would say, about a week's worth of traveling. You guys eventually come upon, well, it looks to be the outskirts of this dead land, and you start to see some trees coming up around there, coming up on the horizon. Jesus Christ. As you guys do, you approach the edge of these woods that are in front of you that have not been affected by this curse. And as you guys do, you start to see things moving in the wood line. Unfortunately, none of you catch it. As you guys, I need you guys to pull up the maps, by the way. As you guys start to, yep.
Well, perception. I get advantage on smell. So if it smells like undead or whatever fiend, I get an.
You would get advantage, yes, on this.
So I can roll again.
Mm-hmm.
17.
Nope, you
Damn
don't.
it.
You don't catch it.
Hold on. Let me double check. Make sure I don't have any like special rogue thing that.
Sure, go for it. Check all your things before we get into this next part.
I have the alert feat, so I cannot be surprised.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
I used to have that.
It is a very powerful feat. I will say that. It is kind of broken and shit, but it is a
Very broken.
very broken.
Because even in real life, you still get it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I could be surprised while unconscious,
Right, yeah, the typical.
but not while conscious. And other creatures don't gain advantage on attack rolls against you as a result of being unseen.
Right, exactly. They can't sneak up on you, pretty much, and stab you in the back.
But other than that, I don't have any other thing.
Right, they can jump out of, you know, you can still roll to see if you see them, but it's not like you're getting surprised if they, you know, come out of nowhere. So, like I was saying, if you could open your maps, as you guys enter this clearing with a couple of trees on the sides, you start to see these figures coming out of these half undead trees. And you get to see what looks to be a bunch of dryads coming out, and they look very upset that you're in their area. I'm going to need all of you to roll initiative.
Well, fuck.
Again, it was on 18 and it rolled over to a 4.
Got a 22.
So I got 14 total.
14. Dugan, I need you to make a roll initiative. And open your maps.
13.
13. Okay. All right. Here we go. Yeah, you guys. So, go ahead.
Also, question: are these, just so I can make a note or pull up my notes for it real quick and have them separated? Are these just regular skeletons?
They I believe they do have increased health. And their swords are great swords, so they get a D12 for damage instead of a D6, but they still have just the regular +3. So make sure you write that down.
Do you know what their extra hit points are?
I put them on the actual characters themselves. It's 40. As you guys get a closer look at these dryad, you can see that some of their, what would normally be just regular wood, is rotten and decaying dead plant matter as well. It looks to be that these dryad were also corrupted when these lands were corrupted. So, with that being said, Otis, you're kicking us. Oh, wait, no. Otis, you are surprised. Dugan, you are also surprised, as well as all your skeletons. Lena, you gotta jump, but you're not. You're ready to go. So, with that being said, it is this one on the left's turn, and he is going to charge in and attack your Skelly boy. If the stat block would pull up. And he is going to try hit you with his Sapping Vine. Or, no, sorry, not Sapping Vine. His Poisonous Thorn. And he would get advantage because your skeletons are surprised. So does it 24 hit? Also, their AC is 16, Biscuit. I forgot to mention that. Oh, God. Sorry, we're having some technical problems. From the looks of things. Val, everything all good over there?
Maybe. So you know the back of
What?
his microphone?
Can you
There
hear me
it
now?
is. Yeah.
Yes.
For fuck's sake. Okay.
Don't touch
Does
it.
he
Christ.
have, or do they have the same AC as normal skeletons?
No.
The only thing different is
No, they sorry, I meant to mention they have a 16 AC. So make sure you write a note of that. But he did the Dryad did roll a 24, so that will hit. And that's gonna be 14 points of piercing damage plus 15 points of poison damage, which I don't remember if your skeletons take poison damage.
They shouldn't.
they are
Still can't hear you.
Let me look.
God.
Just put your USB into the.
They are immune to poison damage, so
Look through your headset.
you only take the 14 points of bludgeoning damage or piercing damage.
We have to find a way to fix it. Long time ago, his mic fell over, like the back of it, where all the
Right,
cords
yeah.
in, and so it messed the port up where it plugs in to his computer. And so occasionally, if it's like bumped or nudged, it'll have a like disconnection, and it'll have to
Right.
unplug it and replug it. But lately, it's been like super finicky,
Yeah,
where sometimes he can't even hear you guys, or we can't hear him.
yeah.
So he's just trying to figure it out.
That's all good.
No, they're immune to poison.
Yeah, I had managed to look. So yeah, your Greg takes only 14 points of piercing damage. All right, and with that, I think they only get one attack, I believe. Oh, I'm sorry. No, they get one more. Does a 26 hits? So that is going to be another. If the game would roll. Okay, didn't want to roll for some reason. Another 12 points of piercing damage. And with that, Lena, you're up. If you are still here.
She's still here. She's getting something.
Oh, okay.
She's getting her stuffed animal
Ah.
to hold.
she needs a stuffed animal to get her through this
Makes
fight.
me sound like a child. I just want to
Well, Val, it is your turn, so what are you doing? Besides grabbing a stuffed animal, protect
That's your
you.
battle buddy. That's what it is.
That's right.
No, that's her thunder buddy.
A thunder buddy.
I'm gonna fuck Dryad B up.
Dryad B? Okay, go for it.
Let's do this so I can see these squares. It looks like. Is that door closed?
Yeah, it's close.
I think there's a cat in there. It looks like it's about 15 feet. Am I correct in that estimation? Or
It would be. It'd be 20 feet to get to him. To get in melee range.
I've been reduced to anger with my headset.
Alright. And I'm going to roll up a damage.
Okay, go for it.
Hit.
It does.
$14 piercing damage.
Okay, nice.
And then I'm going to do an offhand attack. My ALF key.
With your AF key, yep.
18 to hit.
Yes, an 18 hits.
Yeah. And 9 piercing into 1.
All right. So yeah, you run up full sprint, realizing the situation you're in. You run up to this dryad and basically take both your knives and just kind of jack them in there and pull some of the bark off of it. And you hear as the dryad yells out and this half gargle scream. I believe that is your turn, correct?
Indeed it is. That was my action, my bonus action.
Okay. Well, thankfully, it is that dryad's turn, and he is going to use his multi-attack and try to hit you. First one is an 11, which I know that doesn't hit. Second one is a 13. Jesus Christ. So yeah. Woof, woof. Both myths just completely, you're just kind of like Matrix Neo. First attack goes right in front of you. The second one comes and you just kind of lower your head as it goes above you. And with that, it is now Dugan. You are surprised, so you don't get a turn. So are all your skeletons. It is Dryad C's, and he is going to run up to Benedict and do a multi-attack on him. 26 hits. That is going to be 15 points of damage to Benedict Biscuit. Second attack is a 17, which also hits, and it's going to be another 15 on top of that. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And with that, we're at the top of the round. Otis, you are no longer surprised. You can now make an action or do things.
Okay, I'm gonna turn and transform.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna attack him.
Okay. See Otis transform into his wolf form and run up to this dryad in front of Lena.
First attack is 20.
20 hits.
16 points of damage.
All right, nice.
Then I'm attacking again. 24.
24 also hits.
And 17 points of damage.
17, nice. I believe that.
And
Yeah,
that was it, because I used my transformation for my bonus.
Correct.
I think
Yeah.
it's Kerberos.
Yeah, Lena, you just see this wolf form come up beside you and just start hacking away at some of the undead bits and pieces of this dryad, cutting it down a little bit more from what you already done. And you hear another as the dryad once again screams out in pain. The dryad up top in front of Greg, once again, he is going to make a multi-attack against him. First one is a 21 to hit, which hits. That is 12 points to Greg Biscuit. Second one is a 13, which misses. And with that, we go to Lena once again.
Don't forget you have advantage. I forgot on mine.
Okay, cool. Then I'm going to roll to heat. Yeah. And I'm rolling again. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Non-natural, a 21.
21 hits.
13 piercing.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll ahead and roll my sneak attack and damage to add on to that.
Yep, go for it.
That is 28 total with that first attack. 13 piercing and then 15 for the sneak attack.
Yep.
Then with my offhand attack, I'm going to twice 27.
27 hits, yep.
Yeah. And another 12 piercing.
Alright, nice. Alright, with that, it is his turn, and the Dryad is going to do, let's see. He got out. God damn it. I wasn't supposed to do that. Let's see.
I'm gonna look at Otis and say, "See that? Holy damn it! Watch out! Get on my level."
He is going to use... He is going to use Sapping Vine against you, Lena. Which is a 15 to hit?
It does not hit.
Okay. Alright, so since that doesn't work, he's going to try and just attack you with his Poisonous Thorn, which is a 26 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. That is 10 points of piercing damage and 9 points of poison damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Sorry, I was distracted by it. I don't know what happened to your audio, but it's still super crispy. I can hear you crunching on those fries in my ears. Oh, that's really...
Jesus Christ. So yeah, you have
What
9.
was
You took
the damage?
So you took 10 points of piercing damage and 9 points of poison damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
To see if I stay poisoned.
Yes.
Con save is a 21.
21. You managed to save from being poisoned.
It literally rolled on the nat 1, like scooted across with nat 1 facing up, and then rolled over to the 19 at the last second. I was like, oh, so stressful.
Okay. With that, Dugan, it is your turn, and before you go, as you are finally coming to your senses, you start to feel that same connection to these dryads that you do the skeletons. Now you feel that connection, but you know you feel as though you could try to manipulate their control. You don't have full control like you do over these skeletons, but you feel as though you can manipulate the control of these dryad in some way.
Then I would like can I like use a bonus action then to attempt to confuse like one of them if I don't have full control, but like give them an impulse to do an action, like say for example, like turn around and walk away.
Okay. All right, yeah, you could try that. I am going to need a wisdom check.
I want the XP.
Like a wisdom, not a wisdom saving throw, just a straight wisdom.
Straight wisdom check.
That's an 18.
An 18, okay. Which one are you doing it against?
A.
A, okay.
For apple.
All right, let me see.
Oh, great.
Did it? Fuck, it didn't roll. Why are you not rolling? Okay, fine. Let me just do...
Roll, baby, roll.
It's not wanting to do my rolls for some reason. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so as far as you can tell, you send out the command, and as you send out the command, you see the dryad, while it's fighting your Greg, kind of stop for a second. And that's all you see at this moment.
Okay. And that's all it gives me, like as far as
you can
sense.
Yeah, visual wise, you see it just kind of stop. Now you still have your action, and you still have your skeletons.
I'm going to In that case, then I'm not going to rely on them like stopping attacking. I'm going to use infestation
Okay.
on the A.
Okay.
They need to make a con 15 saving throw.
All right. He makes it.
Are you giving them AIDS?
Okay, then I think it only takes half the damage that I rolled, which was 10 earlier
Okay.
for that. And then I'm going to run over here as well
Okay.
and use my reaction for the Halo of Spores, the little attack thingy it does.
Yep.
Which is going to be a 6 for additional damage.
Okay.
Cool beans. In that case, then, I'm going to have... Who's the least? I'm going to have Fred and Ted also go over here. When they rolled their attacks, Greg rolled a 16 on A.
Okay. A 16 just misses for NPCs.
And then Fred rolled a 22 to hit, 4 for the damage.
Okay, hold on. All right, 4 damage. Okay.
Ted rolled a 9, so he missed. Fucking
Okay.
Ted. And then Benedict rolled a 24 for 13 damage.
13. Okay.
I don't get advantage.
I'm gonna call him Dick.
I already rolled for the advantages for the ones that I knew that was going to have advantage.
All right, and with that,
And that's it.
it is this Dryad's turn that's in this group, and he is going to cast Spike Growth. Let's see, I believe that is a 115 or sorry 20-foot circle. So that would be if I could find
circle.
Yes, I'm looking for it. Make it green.
Shitty ditty.
He is going to cast it right there.
Okay.
And then his next, he has one more action, and he is going to try and attack Fred. At disadvantage. 12 does not hit. All right. Back at the top of the round with Otis.
Rerolls.
Now, Otis, by the way, make a perception check.
I believe in you. You can do it.
15.
You see the ground and know that it is spike growth. You have to make a perception check to see if this ground is spike growth or not. Just letting you all know.
Do it again.
No, you passed. I'm letting you know you passed. But you do have to make a perception check to see it. Now you can go ahead and do whatever you were going to do.
Right. I'm gonna attack him.
Okay.
I'm gonna do advantage. Hold on. That's a 30.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we're gonna go with 30.
No, you can take the 15. You'd miss with a 15, but still.
That's 13 points of damage.
Okay.
Attack him again. 28. Roll again. See if I can get 20. 28.
Okay.
Damage.
It really wants you to get that 13.
It really does.
14 points of damage.
14 points of damage. Nice.
And then I'm gonna attack him again with the rapier of life stealing.
Okay. Go for it.
That's 27, but I'm gonna do it one more time. 11, so 27.
27 hits.
And that's 17 points of damage.
All right, nice. You once again, you just unleash a flurry of fucking strikes against this poor dryad. As you start to ching ching ching, you start to rip apart what looks to be its chest itself, and you start to see a bunch of vines intertwining. It looks to be like as if you cut up a person and you could see its blood vessels everywhere itself. This dryad is hurting a lot more. That is your turn, so we're gonna go to A. I believe is this one. You guys notice it, turn around, and just start walking away. Not running, just walking away to here. That's about its full movement.
And then I'll be like, it worked.
With that, it is now... What the fuck is that? It is now Lena.
Gotta roll
I
perception.
know I have to roll the perception. However, I would like to point out that I have my Ring of Free Action already attuned and I'm wearing it.
Mm-hmm.
And difficult terrain does not cost extra meat.
Oh, okay, good. So yeah, this would not affect you in movement-wise.
But I know I could take damage.
It will, yes, it will still damage you if you try to run across it. But you don't know it's there yet, so please, if you could, make a perception check.
Yes. 4.
You do not know it's there.
I'm just going about my business.
Yep. As far as you know, there's a dryad right in front of you, and he looks... he's pretty hurt. That a natural 20?
Well, it's a non-natural.
Ah.
I got excited when I saw 20.
Well, that would have been a lot of damage, especially with sneak attack.
30 to hit.
30 definitely does not hit.
They're hot. 14. Let me add my sneak attack. 14 plus 15, 29.
29, nice.
And then my awesome. Yeah.
I'm very glad that Lazy's camera covers up Afki's penetrator on the fucking rolls. He has 26 hits. Because all I see it is Afki's penetrator, Afki's penetrator.
It's fucking funny.
How would you like to do this?
She's like, first, I'd like to cut Dylan's throat so I can take that ice cream sandwich from him.
I've been trying to jack this ice cream sandwich off this.
I've been trying to give it to her.
Honestly, I would take your ice cream sandwich biscuit any day.
Right? Wouldn't you?
I
But
would.
everyone
I've been
that-
trying. Here,
Okay,
take a
so
bite.
here's the
Take a
thing.
bite.
No, here's the thing. He will leave it in there for like weeks, and I'll say, "Hey, babe, are you gonna eat that?" And he goes, "Do you want to half it with me?" No, if you're gonna
You can't half an ice cream sandwich. You either got to eat it all or none of it.
I'm like, "No, if you're gonna eat it, go ahead and have it." And he's like, "No, I'll just have it with you." It's like, "No, it's okay. I'll wait another 2 weeks." Hey,
Yep.
babe, are you gonna eat that ice cream sandwich? You want to have it with me?
I
No, I don't. If you're gonna eat it, then fucking eat it. I'm gonna eat it.
want it all, damn it. Anyways,
That's funny.
so yeah, you kill this dryad.
I'm gonna look at Otis and say, combo attack.
All right.
Go together. How don't you just put that damage?
Are you sure?
Yep. How do you want to help me do this, Otis?
Okay, so what are you doing?
Me and Otis are gonna combo.
Okay, so basically, you guys both look at each other, like do the kind of like, we know what's about to happen nod, and you both take, in both your hands, you guys all at once stab all 4 of your weapons right into his chest, and Lena, you pull to the left, while Otis, he pulls to the right, and you both rip this bark and dead bark apart, and you just see it, and it finally splits in half. All right. I believe that is your turn, unless you want to move.
I do want to move. How far is it?
Oh, please don't do that.
15.
28 damage later. Step the fuck out
Okay,
of him.
okay. Let's see. That is
Every 5 feet is a certain amount of damage.
That is 25 feet, so that is 5 squares of movement, and I believe it is.
Isn't it like a 1d6 per?
Ooh, it's a 2d4, bud.
And I don't know, right? I don't
No.
understand the cause of it.
Nope.
Can she feel the pain first?
Oh yeah.
Like
oh,
on the first step and then stop?
Well, for the sake of, she has to commit to the movement. I'm
She's
going.
like, stop.
She's committing to the movement. That is going to be 28 points of piercing damage to you, Val. And it rolled a lot of ones. Holy shit. I believe that's it. Yes. Yeah, it's only 2d4. So yeah, basically you guys see Lena turn around after ripping this thing apart and start running. And basically it looks like she's running on a bunch of hot coals. She's like pretty much throughout the entire way. And
Can I say something?
yes.
I look back at Otis and say, Otis! Everything hurts. I don't know why.
I don't know why. And Otis is just looking at the ground like.
I already know there's spikes, but I can
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, basically Otis just looks at her like, "Oh, thanks for letting me know," and kind of sheepishly like looks away. And with that, Dugan, I need you to make a perception check real quick.
Nat 20.
Nat 20, yeah.
Oh, how many-
You connect to the nature itself,
I
and
don't even know, bro.
you feel the ground under you. Something doesn't feel right, and you look and you're like, "There's sorcery about."
Okay.
After
and-
you saw me run like a fucking idiot
That's
halfway across.
yeah, that's pretty much what got you. It is you as you got like turn around, you just see Lena kind of like as she makes her way across to that other dryad.
Okay. I'm using my bonus action again
Oh, that hurt.
to tell
That's me.
C that we're not hostile.
Okay, you reach out, but you feel as though you try to reach out, but oh man, my I'm so tired. Oh, I can't. You feel as though you can't do it anymore at this point.
Okay. In that case, then I will use my action. Hold a minute.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Fucking druid. I just see him scrolling and there's just spell.
Which one should it be? I wonder.
You know what I can do? I can stab people. That's what I can do.
That's not what I want to do. I was hoping that would work. I didn't really plan a contingency plan here.
It's so weird, but do I not have
The DM giveth, and the DM taketh away.
I see it. All right, I'm gonna just do. Can't really do much. I'm just gonna do chill touch.
Okay.
Hiya.
Who are you doing it to?
15 to the C.
Is that not a touch spell? I mean, it literally says touch. Or
It says chill touch, but it's a range of 120 feet.
oh, okay. Hey, I mean, hey, no, that's fair.
I'm touching.
You said what was the hit?
15. I missed.
Yeah, you missed.
Okay, in that case, then
Oh my god.
Fred rolled a 22 to hit,
Okay, 22 hits.
and that is 7 damage from him.
Okay.
And then Benedict rolled a 19 for 5 damage.
All right. Nice. And
Ted missed.
Ted missed. All right. Now it is C's turn, and he is going to try to attack. We'll say Benedict.
Poor Benedict.
Does a 27 hit?
No, of course not.
Okay. Yeah, it does. Fuck you. 13 points of damage to Benedict. Second attack, going. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's dead. Going against Fred. 28 to hit.
I don't know why you're asking.
I'm doing it for roleplay
Yes,
wise. 14 damage to him as well.
Okay. All
right. And we're back at the top of the round, but as you guys are fighting, you guys have made a lot of noise in this fight, from ripping apart dryads and swinging swords to war cries and whatnot, and you guys hear "Awoo!" But it sounds like a "Awoo!" like kind of a half gargled
Are we about to be just
cry.
attacked by all dead
It's
shit?
your people.
And
It's your people, but the dead kind.
you guys see what looks to be two giant, bigger wolves come out from the tree line.
Are they dead?
Oh yeah, you see, as you look at them, you see what looks to be where their stomachs are at is just ribs and bone, and their faces are kind of like, look to be like as if you threw acid in their face, and they're kind of all falling apart. Their skin looks rotten, and half their fur is barely attached to it.
Let me guess. I feel that same connection with them too.
You feel a connection to them, but
They're
once
too far gone.
once again, you feel you don't have the strength to give that kind of command again at this time. So Otis, you are up.
You don't have
So-
enough apples.
Hmm?
You don't have
I'm gonna
enough.
switch my weapon from the rapier life
Okay.
to back to my short sword.
Okay, that is a bonus action.
And I'm also gonna do for my action until they get close, because I don't want them to both come after me if I go after one. So I am gonna do my Crimson Right. I'm gonna take 1d damage.
Okay.
Let's see. I guess it moved up a dice. Now I take a 1d8 damage.
Okay.
So it's 8 points of narcotic damage
Okay.
to me.
Yep.
And now I put the damage on one of my swords.
All right.
Whoa.
And that was my turn.
Okay.
Don't forget, I completely forgot, but Dryad Seed has to make concentration saving throws, right? The 2 hits he did take.
Let's see. It is. I don't believe it is a concentration spell. At least for the dryads.
Yeah, Spike Breath is a concentration.
We said he doesn't think so with the dryads.
It does not say that it has a concentration on it.
Legion has vetoed your opinion.
Legion's about to get put on his ass.
He can still hear me from back there.
Nope, it doesn't. Nope, it doesn't say anything about the dryads having a concentration on it. All it says.
My favorite skeleton right off the bat.
All it says is it has a duration of 10 minutes. That's it. So, with that being said, it is this bottom wolf's turn, and it's going to thunder towards Otis and try to attack him. With a bite at first. Does a 23 hit, Otis?
Yes.
Okay. That is going to be 12 points of piercing damage, and hold on one second. I have to manually roll this one. Another 12 points of necrotic damage. And then it is going to use its cold breath.
Oh shit.
The wolf excels a blast of freezing wind in a 15-foot cone. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'll be mad if I fail this. I got a plus 12.
30. So you
15.
15. Oh, sorry. I was looking at Dugan. Dugan, please be careful pre-rolling. Just
My bad.
just in case things
I'll
update.
take the 30.
Yeah, no. So you do fail. So this is going to be 19 points of cold damage.
Yikes.
All right, and with that, it is the Dryad's turn. That's over here on the left, and he just leaves.
Nice.
And,
boy.
and now, Lena, you're up.
Mm. I'm gonna stab this bitch in me. But yeah. Mm. 30.
30 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, that hits. Go for it.
14 plus 17 is 21. Just on that much.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Could you say that again one more time?
Sorry, 21 piercing. That's my dagger attack and my sneak attack.
Okay, nice. You once again, you run up and you carve right into the back of this dryad and rip out a good chunk of it, letting out a good gurgle as you rip it apart. And you have one more attack, I believe.
I think I'm gonna use my. Seeing like the guy coming up behind me, I think I'm going to use my bonus action to do a cunning action and disengage. So that I can move. And I'm still fucking clueless to the spike real quick.
Huh? Sorry, what was that?
Am I still clueless to the spike?
As soon as you start stepping on it and you kind of like get to your spot, you look behind you. Yeah, something looks weird with that ground.
Okay, cool. So then when I disengage, I'm gonna go, like, I'm gonna avoid my path and avoid the shit.
Okay, go for it.
5, 15. I'm having a hard time seeing the squares.
Okay.
15, 20.
And you did bonus action disengage, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
I'm staying over yonder.
Okay. And that is your turn.
Indeed.
All right, Dugan, you're up.
Okay. So I am going to do. Since I know I'm standing in shit, I'm not moving, which absolutely fucks my entire fucking thing, dude. Most of my shit is melee.
Stupid little bitch.
Where's contagion? It said that I had it.
I took it away.
What are you
Oh, it's
thinking?
attached. Fuck, never mind. All right, I guess I am just gonna do the same thing I did last time. I'm just gonna do fucking chill touch on that bitch. On the one that's on Otis.
Okay.
That is a 23 to hit.
That hits.
And a 13 in damage.
All right, and that was against the Dryad?
The undead wolf on Otis.
Oh, the one I noticed. Yep, okay.
And then Fred rolled an 18 to hit on the Dryad. And
Okay.
then 8 for damage. And then Ted rolled a 23 to hit with a 9 on damage.
Okay, nice. So yeah, you just see Fred and Ted just start chipping away at this Dryad, just cutting it to pieces. I believe that is your turn.
I believe so. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Alright, it is this wolf's turn, and he is going to run up and attack Fred.
No, Fred, you were going to be promoted. You are now my star employee.
That is going to be a 25 to hit, which does... And that is going to be 17 points of piercing damage to Fred on the first one. And he is also going... Let me see. Let me see if I can do this. He is also going to cast his Cold Breath. I need your Skelly Boy, and they have the same stats as a regular skeleton, just with the added damage and whatnot. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. You got a 6.
A 6, that fails, bud. He is going to take 21 points of cold damage on top of that. Poof, gone. Alright, and then now it is that Dryad's turn right there, and he's going to attack your Skelly Boy. If I can pull up the stats. Going to attack him with a Poisonous Thorn. 25 to hit on that. That hits. Takes 16 points of damage on the first one. Second one, 17 to hit, which also hits. Taking an additional 11 points of piercing damage on that as well.
Okay.
And with that, we go to the top of the round with Otis.
All right. I'm gonna attack him.
Okay, go for it.
19.
19 hit. Just hits.
Bam. That's 14 points of damage.
Okay.
For the right, do I attack? Do I use it like every time I attack, or is it like since I have one attack, 2 actions for 1 attack? I
Okay.
use it at the last one, or do I use it every time I use my sword?
Okay, hold up. So you're using your necrotic energy thing that you put on your swords, correct?
Yeah, it gives it an extra bonus of like fire damage.
Oh, okay, so it gives it fire damage. So for that you would just do it for are you saying what where to apply the damage?
Yeah, like since I have 2 attacks for the first one and then my bonus attack.
Right.
You know, like the first 2 attacks, do I do it after every turn, or is it just once for those 2 attacks?
We'll say to keep it simple, just do it for the first attacks.
Okay, so it'd be now since I already did the 14 points of damage, now I roll again for the D8 for fire damage.
Yeah.
And then I do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I only have it on 1 sword.
Yep.
That's 8 more points of fire damage.
Nice. And you notice that the fire kind of gets to this one, so it looks like it does a little bit more damage to it.
Okay. So I'm attacking again with my... Oh, I got my second attack.
Yep. Do your second one.
I missed 16.
Yep.
And then now I'm going to do my bonus attack. 22.
22 hits.
17 points of damage.
Nice.
And that ends my turn.
All right, and with that, it's now that one's turn. He is going to do a claw attack against you. First one is a 19 to hit.
It hits.
Hits, okay. All right. That is going to be 17 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
8.
8 fails. You fall prone to the ground.
All right.
And then he's once again, let me see if he recharge. Okay, he does recharge. He recharges his cold breath. And once again, he is going to use it against you. Because you are prone, you automatically fail this. So that is a additional 26 points of cold damage on top of that, Otis.
Holy son bitch. I mean, holy bitch. I mean, holy.
Holy fuck.
Hey, Biscuit.
Mm.
And with that, it is Lena's turn.
What?
You're a fucking hero. Why don't you heal somebody?
Oh, yeah? Yeah? I can't believe you. You better fucking quit.
Alright. 5, 1, 15. Is that 15? Am I?
Yes.
Am I okay. I'm going to make a.
Val, real quick, before you keep going, could you move your thing down a bit? Because
Sorry.
it's kind of muffling you.
I am mumbling.
Speak with your chest! Be a man!
I can hear myself especially well on his mic, but I don't want him to fuck with it since it's being so finicky. Don't touch it.
Don't you touch it.
Alright, I'm going to attack with my
Okay.
main hand weapon, but I'm going to do the melee spell attack of Green Flame Blade.
Okay, go for it. Now, you wouldn't get sneak attack on this, and you do have disadvantage.
Doesn't that even out? Since Ted's right there. It's a 2v2! We're both on the Dryad.
Oh, Biscuit's drawing shit. He's drawing a dick. Okay, fine. Alright. I'll acquiesce.
Straight roll.
Straight roll. Fine.
Oh, you're the best at doing things.
I hope you guys all fucking die.
32 to hit.
32 just hits.
Alright, that is 13 piercing and oh fuck. That's right, still 2d8. Plus 10 flame.
So 23 total.
Huh?
23 total.
13. Yeah, so 13 of the piercing, 10 fire damage.
Right.
And then
Fire
it
damage.
shoots an additional 8 fire damage to the Dryad because he's within 5 feet.
Ah, nice. You notice the same thing, that fire on these two creatures is pretty potent.
And then let's see.
Biscuit, could you get this giant pea stain off my thing? Hold on.
My turn next.
It's my turn next.
All right. I'll leave it up.
I'm gonna say I'm here. I'm here. Here it is. I'm going to stab the Dryad with my bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you used your bonus action.
No, the melee Green Flame Blade
Mm-hmm.
it's a combined attack with my.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Apologies. Been a while since you used that.
So, what was that 33 to hit?
Yes. You hit. I saw it.
10 piercing to the dryad.
Okay, nice. All right, and with
All right.
all right, Dugan, you are up.
I'm casting Sunbeam on Undead Wolf B.
Okay.
He needs to make a disadvantage saving throw of Constitution 15.
Constitution 15 at disadvantage.
Correct.
He makes it.
So he saved
Yeah.
on both.
Yeah. He rolled a natural 14 and a natural 18, and he has a +2 to both.
He still takes 13 damage.
13 damage. Nice.
Is it fire damage, sunlight damage?
It's
Radiant damage.
yeah, radiant.
It does. Fuck off. Why doesn't our healer be healing?
Let me just go ahead and delete that piss state on my fucking map. What else you doing, Biscuit?
I hope he died.
Okay.
Damn.
Can't
All
say
right.
that on stream. Rude.
He's talking about
am
your
going to
character, of
cast,
course.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
As a bonus action, Healing Word on Otis.
Wow.
So Otis gets a whole
19
5 hit
healing.
points.
19 points to you, Otis. Of healing, not damage. All right, is that your...
Otis.
I believe that's your turn. Oh, no, you still have Greg and Ted.
They both missed. Greg's not moving.
Okay, Greg's not moving. All right, and with that, it is the top wolf's turn, and he's going to attack. Yeah, he's going to hit you with a claw attack.
I wasn't asking you to heal me. But Benedict and Richard helped.
That is a 22 to hit. All right. And
I heal them.
that is 16 points of damage to you, Lena, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Thank God, lots of that wrong. Oh shit, that's 2.
Yeah, you fail. You're prone as well. And he is also gonna see if he recharges. He does oh fuck. He does recharge on this one. Yeah. Yeah, well, actually, hold on.
Let me say goodbye, James.
Yeah. Ted, I need Ted to make a strength saving throw. By the way, I'm sorry, Val. You were supposed to you will automatically fail this, but
Yeah.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. I'm sorry, Biscuit. Oh, the Dryad does too. Shit.
He got a 16.
16?
Sorry, 17.
17, that passes. Okay, and then I need for him. Dryad passes as well. Okay, wolf. It's gonna be 15 points of damage to you, Val, because you failed.
How many was it?
15.
Okay.
And then half as much, which would be 8 to Ted, Biscuit. Or sorry, 7. 7 to Ted. 7 to the Dryad. Alright, and with that, that's their turn. It is now the Dryad's turn. He is going to attack Ted. Does a 19 hit? Yes, it does. What am I even talking about? 14 points of piercing damage to Ted. Gone. Alright, second attack is going to be against Val, which he has advantage on because you're prone, and there's 2 people on you. That is going to be a 22.
Yep.
Alright, that is 11 points of piercing damage, and 14 points of poison damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as well.
What's 11 plus 14? 25?
That would be, 25.
And that's a 7.
7. You fail. You have disadvantage on ability checks and attacks. or sorry, you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks now, going forward until you have this healed.
Okay.
With that, it is now Otis' turn. Otis, you are still prone, by the way. You have to use half your movement to get up.
Whoa, like my movement speed?
Yes, to stand up from being prone is half your movement speed.
Okay, so I stand up.
Okay.
It's not like I can go anywhere.
I mean, you technically can.
I'm gonna attack this bitch again.
All right, go for it.
$22.
22 hits. Yep.
That's 15 points of damage.
Okay.
Plus 4 points of fire damage.
Nice.
I'll attack him again.
Right.
I got a nat 20.
You got a nat 20? Hey, there you go.
Nice.
Congratulations.
So with the nat 22, since I have slasher, critical hit, when you score a critical hit, deals slash damage to a creature. I wounded until the start of next turn, so you have disadvantage on all attack rolls.
The wolf does?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good to know.
Okay, here's my damage. That's 19 points of damage.
Okay.
And then you double that, or?
Yes, you would double that. So that'd be 38.
38 points of damage plus 8. Hold on, not plus 8, but plus 5 more.
Yeah, he's gone. How do you want to do this, bud?
Oh, thank God. I just want to rip him in half, like straight from the snout all the way to his asshole.
So
Damn.
you just see pretty much Otis, kind of like an anime, just start fucking just start swinging through him like a helicopter.
Like a windmill.
Yeah, pretty much. Just right through him. That wolf is gone. You did the 38. He had 1 hit point left. That fire damage just saved you, bud.
Yeah.
All right. So you still have a little bit of your movement. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's half movement. I have 45, so I have 23.
It's also
22.
halved on difficult terrain.
Yeah. So it'd be half your movement.
Got 12 feet.
If you move through the spike growth,
Oh, I'm not
the
gonna move
green
this back
circle.
there.
Yeah.
If you move through regular ground, then it's your
So
25.
I'm gonna move 5 feet down away from the.
Okay.
So 5 feet's like right here.
All right.
And
You will take 7 points of piercing damage.
how's that? I wasn't even in there.
Yes, you are.
You were exiting the field.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah,
you
but
were.
I
You
wasn't-
you took a step out.
Just to step out.
Mm-hmm. You
How
you were
much
you were just 7. You were still affected by the ground.
Right.
Okay. All
Now,
right.
how much room? I got moved 5 feet down. How much more do I have left?
So you have a total of 45 movement.
That's yeah. So it's
Uh,
23.
We'll call it. We'll round up. We'll round up to 25.
Okay, so I move 5 down and I move 20 to here. So that's about right here.
Yep. You're good.
Yep.
All right, Lena, you are still prone.
You said he's half my movement speed to get up, right?
Yep, half your movement speed.
I'm gonna do that. Then I'm going to use my action. That's my
Oh, wait.
bonus action.
Can I add something to my turn since I didn't take my bonus?
Uh,
Then
no, you're correct. Sorry. Yeah, you still have a bonus action. I
Can I-
apologize.
can I take my potion,
Yes. Which one?
the supreme one or whatever it's called, the superior?
Yeah, the
does
superior. So it should be. It will be in D&D Beyond. You just have to look up health potions. There should be a simple one, and then it's either it's a greater and a superior. You'll have the greater.
Okay, you can go ahead and work, and I'll just let you know whenever I get the.
Yeah, just go ahead and add it. You'll add it to your hit points. I'm not worried about it. Val, go ahead.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to disengage.
Okay, so you lost half your movement getting up, so I believe you have what was it, 30 movement speed?
Then I'm gonna use my no, I have 32.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it'd be 15 feet of movement.
And then I'm going to use my action to dash.
Okay, so you have your full 30. Go ahead and move.
Wouldn't it be 45? Because it was just half her movement to get up. But then when she dashes, she doubles her original movement.
No, it'll go based off of your whatever movement you have at that time.
That made no sense even. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let's see how long here. That's so hard to see. Somewhere right there. 30. That's where I be.
All right.
That's my shit.
I'm moving characters to where their squares belong, so everyone knows where they're at. If you're gonna ask if that'll hit both, that will hit both.
Well, I know it's gonna hit both.
I know what it's gonna do.
It's my piss attack. That's right.
Okay, we're gonna just, there we go.
Nice pissing blood. Nice pissing blood goes.
Yath Queen.
Now we just change races.
Right. Jesus Christ. Okay, Val. Oh Lord. Okay, Biscuit.
I mean, that's still more accurate, right?
Is it my turn now?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay, they need to make con saves, disadvantage each.
All right.
15.
Con disadvantage for the wolf. What's the DC?
15.
Wolf passes.
On both again?
Mm-hmm.
Son of a bitch.
The Dryad, even though it has a +9 to its saving throw, it just manages to fail.
Well, it fucking melts with 30 damage, and then the fucking wolf takes 15.
Okay.
Get rid of that spike growth. Get this shit out of here.
Why are you getting rid of my spike growth?
Used to do something.
I know we did enough damage.
I told you it wasn't a concentration.
I know. The Dryad should be dead.
The Dryad is not dead.
Fine.
Oh, yeah, now you gotta redraw it.
How big was the circle?
20 feet.
20 feet. Now, okay, hold, stop.
I see you guys fighting over the circle.
Biscuit.
Greg was in it. He was on the edge.
Yeah, he was on the edge. I guess he was kind of in it. It was like more like right here than anything. Don't delete my shit. All right. So with that,
Doing the helicopter now.
rid of that. With that, it is
Can you
going
use a
to.
bonus action?
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry. Go ahead.
This is my best I can do for Val. She also gets 19 healing.
All right. Val is saved from the brink of death. And now it is the wolf's turn. And he
I
is
like
going
to move it, move it.
to move his full movement to here.
He's disadvantaged, all right.
He does get disadvantage, you are correct. And he is going to use his claw attack against you, Lena. Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
All right. I need you to make another strength saving throw. Let me know what you get, and I'll tell you the damage.
9.
9. You fail. You are prone, and you take 17 points of piercing damage.
I'd half it with uncanny dodge.
Okay, that's fine. Yep.
Well,
Nope, that's fine. Yeah, you're right. Uncanny dodge. You have it.
oh, but I'm prone. Does it count?
Well, the prone effect takes after.
The damage.
Yeah. So
Mhm,
you're able to uncanny dodge, but you still get proned.
What's
Um,
17 halved?
That would be 8 damage. See if he recharges. The wolf does not recharge. It's cold attack, so you're lucky there. Now he's going to try and bite you, Val. Is going to be a straight roll because you are considered prone, but you have Greg standing right there, so it's going to be a straight roll. Does a 14 hit?
No.
All right,
Oh,
well, he
lucky.
misses. All right, now it is the Dryad's turn, and he is going to move his 25 feet up to Dugan. He does not take the spike rope damage because he has he can move through that. That is going to be, he's going to use his poisonous thorns. Is that a natural 20? Nope, that is a non-natural 20, Biscuit.
Alright.
All right, that is going to be 12 points of piercing damage, and then an additional 9 points of poison damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
21.
21, you're able to save from being poisoned, and then he's going to use his sapping vine. Does a 19 hit?
Player advantage, no.
No. Okay. All right. With that, it is Otis's turn.
All right, I'm not gonna chase them because they're waiting to see how long it's gonna take.
You could 30. You could make it if you dashed. I'll say that. You could make it if
Be
you.
able to attack.
No. Well, no. You have your. No, you have to use your main attack before you can use your bonus attack. So no, you could not attack unless you have a spell or something that falls under a bonus action besides using your extra hand attack.
That's a rule.
I believe so. I could be wrong.
It's
Let
not
me
always.
let me double check. But I believe if you don't use your main hand, you can't use your bonus action or bonus hand attack. But I could be wrong.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move
Oh, fuck, I gotta
30
find.
feet straight up. So that's right here.
Yep.
And then I am gonna use my arrow to shoot the wolf. Switch my weapons to the arrow.
Switching weapons is a bonus action.
So
Mm.
I could only attack with the arrows anyways.
You couldn't. Yeah, you can switch to it, but you can't attack.
I know, but I couldn't attack 3 times with my arrows.
Oh, that's right. You didn't dash. I'm sorry. I'm thinking you dashed. That's my fault. So yeah, you could still attack.
Yeah, I only used 30 feet of my speed.
Correct.
movement.
I apologize. It's my fault. So yeah, you're able to do two attacks.
2 shots. I'm
2
gonna shoot
shots.
'em. 28.
That hits. This is to the wolf, correct?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, that hits.
11 points of damage.
All right.
I'm gonna shoot him again.
Yep. Go for it.
14.
14
Misses.
misses.
All right, and then for my bonus action, I'm just gonna go back to my swords.
Oh no,
Like
you're
the dead
you,
bodies
you
thing.
already used your bonus action to switch to your bow.
I was wondering what
Oh yeah.
this was.
So you'll have to do that on your next turn. Val, you're up. You'll have to spend half your movement standing up.
Okay. Sorry, give me one second. Here, I'm just going to say fuck it. I'm gonna do my green flame blade.
Okay.
Am I at disadvantage?
No, because you stood up, and you have Greg against the wolf. So no, you're good.
Do I have advantage?
Yes.
Okay. So that's 32 to hit. 11. Sorry, 1 second.
You're good. 29, I believe.
Yes, 29. I need to add the flame damage for my green flame blade.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 29 piercing plus the 13 fire damage.
Nice.
It's
a good amount. That's almost 40 points of damage right there.
Fuck him up. Stop.
I don't really know.
Stab him in the eyeballs and pull his eyes out and eat him. Eat him like jelly barbers.
I do
Legion,
not have
Yes.
great potions.
if I gave you the biddies, would you
Mhm.
give me the map titties?
What do you mean by map titties?
I think you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's why I'm asking.
You need to make a secondary map of a new area with the matching titty.
That's gonna take
A long time.
5,000 biddies. I'll quit. I'll end the session. And I'll get to work on it right now.
How much is a regular potion of healing? How much healing is that?
I believe it's. Hold on. Inventory.
2d4 plus 2.
I believe that's correct. Potion of healing. It is, yes, it is a 2d4 plus 2.
So the most I could possibly fucking get is 10.
Yep. A greater is 4d4 plus 4, and a superior is 8d4 plus 8.
Do I know if this fucking wolf is bloodied or not?
Yeah, he's very bloody. You can see a lot of the decaying matter has cut off. A 30 would hit. You also have advantage.
Send it.
Alright, so 30.
Roll again for nat 20.
It's just 9.
Yeah, no.
Piercing.
9 piercing. Okay. I believe that's your turn.
Yes, because if I take a step back, I will die.
Yep. All right, Dugan, you're up.
I am going to swing at this dryad
Go for it.
for a 28 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
8 plus 6, 14.
Yep.
plus Halo of Spores for 7.
Yep.
20 points of damage.
Yep. Got it.
How many more spell slots do I got? What else can I do for this bitch? The love of my life. I can only do it one more time. Okay, here you go. You can heal for 13.
All right. I'm assuming to Val.
Mm-hmm.
13 points of healing to you, Val.
Is that a healing word? What words do you whisper?
Yeah. What do you
Heal,
say?
bitch.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. I believe that's your turn, Biscuit.
Oh,
Yes. Oh yeah, Greg still has a turn. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
He's
Greg.
eager to kill you, Val.
I know.
He's eager, dude.
I'm eager to
Greg
kill all
rolled
of
a
you.
21 on the undead wolf.
That hits.
I've
Yep.
been fucking single-handedly
for-
slaughtering this wolf.
Hit is for 12.
12 points. Okay.
I'm trying to get there, Val. I'm trying to get there.
Please hold it.
All right. With that, it is now the wolf's turn, and he is going to attack you, Val, once again with his claw attack. Does a 21 hit?
No. Yes, it is.
Yeah, okay. All right. That is 18 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make strength saving throw.
We have all clarified that I suck at those. Come on, big roll.
You also remember you have disadvantage on it.
It doesn't matter.
Could it possibly get worse?
Uh,
Oh, wait, that wasn't a saving throw. Does it matter? No, it's both -1. Okay.
yeah.
Or-
You failed. The wolf regains his cone. And let's see. Damn, I could almost get Biscuit. Okay. All right, value auto fail. Greg needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
He got a 4.
4. He also fails. He's going to take 20 points of cold damage. Val, you also take 20.
Nice. I'm down.
All right, Val is. Why is there a bunch of dead bodies on my map?
That's Greg, Fred, Ted, and Amanda.
Okay. All right. Well, that is the wolf's turn. Val is unconscious. Oops, sorry.
Hey, skip me.
Sorry, it's the dryad's turn. I didn't mean to. I accidentally overclicked. And he is going to attack Biscuit. He's going to use Sapping Vine once again. 22. All right. I need you to... Let's see. Actually, hold on. One target has... Okay, you are considered grapple. Until the grapple ends, target... let's see.
Don't I have to make a save for the grapple?
Let's see. I'm seeing if it is on your turn. The grapple creature can use his action. Okay, so it'd have to be on your turn, Biscuit. A grapple creature can use its action to make it. So yeah, it would be on your turn. Unfortunately. You also take 14 points of necrotic damage.
Damn.
And then it's going to use its other attack, Poisonous Thorn, and it's going to get, I don't think that's an auto crit, is it? Creature must, some stat blocks on a creature with identify, whatever part of grapple can grapple only one. We'll say it gets advantage. I won't say it's an auto crit. Okay. That is a 19 to hit, Biscuit.
Player advantage.
Player advantage. All right. Just manages to squeak on by. Nice job, Val. All right, Val, I need you to make a death saving throw. If you could send it to me.
Why is it my turn?
Oh, sorry, Otis. Sorry, I forgot I overclicked.
Really wants me to die.
I'm trying to make you guys die. Go ahead and roll that for me, Val, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Bonus action, I'm going to change my weapons.
Okay, switch back to your swords.
Yeah. So it's only a 23 movement to get to where I want to go.
Yep, you could easily get to the wolf. I will say that just based off of looking.
All right. I still have the right. It doesn't end until a short rest. Or
Yep.
long rest. All right, I'm going to attack him.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. 14, I miss.
14 misses.
Second attack. 28.
28 hits.
Wait, I don't get advantage, right?
No.
No.
So it's 16 plus 2 fire damage.
Awesome. He's done. He had 2 HP. Val almost killed him last round.
I'm so mad.
How would you like to do this? Or do you want me to do it?
So as he's looking at Val, I want to stab him in the back legs and then just jump over and cut his head off.
Okay.
Wait, so if she almost killed him and Greg did an additional 12 damage.
Oh, I'm sorry. Greg almost killed him. I forgot. I completely forgot about Greg because he's not on the map. Yeah, Greg almost killed him. Apologies. So yeah, you see Dugan, you see Otis seeing Lena go down completely. Otis comes in, cuts the hind legs of the wolf. The wolf lets out a mighty roar as Otis then leaps, kind of like does a half roll onto its back and just stabs it right in the back of the skull.
Yes.
All right, Val, did you send me your? Unless I believe your turn is up, Lazy.
Still got movement speed. I can't do anything besides that.
Yeah, that would be any action you have. That would be it.
Because that was good. I can't force feed her the potion.
Nope, that takes an action.
Okay.
Or I am amendable if you guys want. That could also be considered a bonus action if you guys want that. I'm amendable to that. But you have already
used it.
Right, yeah, exactly. I'm just saying, so traditional D&D wise, it would be a full action to shove a health potion down somebody's throat. But
I'll take it as a bonus action.
Okay, I'm amendable to it being a bonus action. I'll add it to the rules list here in a while. So
that's my turn.
Okay, unless you want to move, still have a little bit of movement.
Yeah, I'll move closer to. Yeah.
All right, Val. I'm gonna need that death save whenever you get a sec. Okay. All right. All right. And with that, it is now Dugan's turn.
This is 28.
28 does hit. 11 points of damage, and then 8 points of damage, and then 1 point of damage. Got it. All right. Oh, wait, Biscuit, you cannot attack. You're restrained. Yes, it is a strength saving throw. Let me check real quick. No, it does not pass. You need a 17.
So how does it break? So that ends his turn?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he can't do anything.
Nope.
He can't move, can't attack.
Yep, he is grappled. All right, well, that is the... All right. He is going to use his. Let's see. 6 on each one can be attacked.
He's
He's
reading it to
checking.
make sure.
I don't know what he said. I'm reading what I'm going to be doing next.
Oh, yeah, he ignored you.
I can't hear him.
We can hear you
Can
though.
he can hear you?
You can't hear him.
I can't hear Biscuit.
I was able to hear him.
Yeah, I can hear him. Aw, you messed it up now? Why'd you touch it? No,
You didn't mute him.
Legion said. Everybody else could hear you.
For some reason, it's being weird. Hold on. Oh, I think it's because Biscuit. Tell Biscuit to turn on his collab cam. Oh, for some reason it turned. What the fuck? Hold on.
Everything Biscuit has is on.
Okay, it just the stupid collab cam is being stupid. There it goes. All right, sorry, Biscuit. Go ahead.
I was saying that I may be restrained, but I have my words, and I can use healing word.
I believe. Hold on. Let me look at the rules.
Check the playbook, coach.
Let's see. Gives it the grapple condition. There we go.
Also, except for that dryad, put his dick in your mouth.
I'm trying to see. Hold on.
That's what I was thinking. You want to say something?
It says the restrained. It says the restrained condition doesn't prevent you from casting spells, as it only restricts movement.
Okay. I'm gonna take your word for it. Just because I cannot, it's not saying anything, so I'm gonna take your word for it. I'll allow you to cast a spell.
Bonus action, healing word on Val for 17.
17, Val, you're back up to 17 hit points. Oh, by the way, Biscuit, I was reading. You're going to be taking 20 points of necrotic damage. Because of the sapping vine, it's supposed to do it at the start of your turn. I just kind of forgot about it. But you and the Dryad have the same turn. You take 20 points of necrotic damage. All right.
And since I can still cast a spell on my action, I'm gonna cast Call Lightning on that Dryad.
You sound like a zombie.
I don't like that you can still do that, but okay, yeah, go for it.
It just needs to make a Dexterity 15 saving throw.
All right.
Wait, does it get disadvantage since he's grappling Biscuit on a dex save?
Doesn't matter. He failed. He got a 6.
Then 23 damage.
23 damage. Okay. All right. Now it's the Dryad's turn. All right. So it is going to use both of its attacks with advantage on you. So that is 20 to hit on the first one. That is 14 points of piercing damage, as well as 9 points of poison damage. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw real quick.
Jesus Christ.
It gets advantage because he's grappled or
17.
restrained, right?
17, you fail.
There is no fucking way on a con save
I'm sorry.
that I failed on a 17.
My apologies. The DC is 17. Player advantage. I apologize. So you do
He's just
pass.
ready to kill somebody.
He is fucking.
Fuck with me again, motherfuckers. I will fuck your day up. I apologize. You do pass because of player advantage. Second attack, however. 28. Is that a natural 20? That is a natural 20.
No, Biscuit's dead.
So that's 34 points of piercing damage, as well as 22 points of poison damage, and I need you to make another Constitution saving throw. Unless you're down.
21.
21. You pass. I almost said you fail. Oh my god, I almost
Is
killed
that
you.
all you fucking got?
You really want to tempt the gods right now? Otis, you're up.
Dryad's out of fucking shit. He can't do shit right now.
So, suddenly the dryad from the beginning comes back. I'm kidding. Otis, you are up.
Well, I'm walk into there. It's only from the beginning to the first 3 feet. So how much damage do I take?
You're only going to take 2d4.
Huh?
It's 2d4?
2d4 in damage, so you take the first instance.
So it's
damage.
every foot. you get
Every
damage?
5
5
feet.
feet.
Every 5 feet.
Basically,
Now-
because
You're,
you're
you're
moving
entering,
into the
you're
square.
entering into
Yeah.
the field. That's your first instance of damage.
Yep. As soon as you touch that anything in that ring, pretty much you're getting damaged.
I'm just gonna fuck. Oh fuck it. Oh well. So you said 2d4.
Yes. I roll it. 5 points of piercing damage to you, Lazy.
So that's half. So that's 2.
Yeah, 2.
Right. Alright, I'm attacking.
All right, go for it, man.
God. It's 19.
Don't forget your advantage. You
Night-
might as well roll it again.
Oh,
Let's get a fucking nat
advantage, hold
20.
on.
Come on, do it.
No, he does not get advantage because you
Why
are
not?
grappled.
Oh, whatever.
Was that 19? Still?
Yeah, 19 still hits. Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't roll your eye.
He was waiting on that one.
That was 18 points of damage plus.
How do you want to do this, bud?
Oh, that's sweet.
I
I killed everything.
He had 17 HP in a dream. How do you want to do this, bud?
You can do this one.
Okay. So yeah, you see the dryad just kind of like taking all of its like thorns and whatnot that it has multiple arms pretty much, and it's just kind of shanking Dugan like with him raised up, and you just come in and with one swing of the sword you cut all the arms off, you double back and you cut the head off.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one.
Thank you. And with that, we're out of initiative.
Can you take that circle away, or is this still there?
Yeah, it goes away. It goes away after that. It was actually just about to go away too. You guys had like one more round of it. You guys can go ahead and pull off the map. By the way, we're back to normal if you so wish.
I'd like to gather as many bones as I can for my fallen soldiers. Hmm?
Just raise them again.
I don't think so.
You make a wisdom check.
Me?
Yes.
That'd be 14.
All right. Yeah, you reach out and you feel that the whatever magic was controlling these things is no longer there, and they are gone.
How many bones do I get from them?
We'll say you get 40 bones.
I did a medicine check for 22.
You get 40 bones.
Do we level up?
No, you do not level up.
Guys, I think I'm ready to go back home.
You just see Lena just kind of like just hyperventilating in the corner because of the dragon Endawari, making her kind of have an anxiety attack real quick because she almost died.
Whoa, I just found something really cool. If you right click on your damage die,
Your damage die?
yeah, and your like
Oh,
Yeah, you can hit advantage, disadvantage.
Oh, that's cool.
you can do crit roll damage, you can choose to send it only
Don't
to
pretend
the
like you
dungeon
didn't know that,
master.
Legion.
I didn't actually. That's
I was
real-
about to say you can set up to the dungeon master so she could do her death saving throws
Oh,
on here where you can see it.
yeah.
Same thing on your skills, so like acrobatics, animal handling,
Oh,
healing, arcana, athletics. If you right click those, you can
Okay.
roll it with advantage, disadvantage.
that's kind of cool. I like that. Just yeah, on the death saving throws, just go ahead and do that. Just send it to me privately. with the D&D Beyond. If that's easier, unless you just want to roll it and send it to me on Discord, I don't care which one.
Oh, that's cool. You can do it on the dice too. Like you can change the adjust dice, and if we're like fighting giants, we can increase
Oh,
the
that is
thing.
cool.
Oh, that is cool. Wow, we are learning new things every day, everybody. I know I could adjust it
And
like
the crit damage.
I know I could adjust the like I can roll for myself or for everyone, but I figured that was just because I'm the DM and the campaign. That's kind of cool. All right, so you guys managed to defeat these undead dryads and wolves. The party was pretty beat up. What are you guys doing now?
So can we check if like the do we know the reason why they were having rotten
So
stuff on them?
so from make a wisdom check.
All of us are just
Whoever wants to know this information.
The timing matters.
very wise.
Dugan, that's not gonna cut it.
I got a 17.
All right, Lena and Lazy or Otis, you guys. Well, this land is cursed, so the beings in this land are probably cursed as well. Dugan, you're like, what sorcery is this? This is the gods themselves have brought these beings to life and have cursed them to plague this land forever. This magic is beyond all reasoning and it does not make sense to me. Only a god could do this. But yeah, for the other two, yeah, it makes sense. The land is cursed, so they're probably cursed.
Okay, everybody. Well, I'm not sure I'm cool with sleeping here. I want that store.
Okay. So, where are you guys going?
I can hand her my superior healing potion too, just in case.
All right. Val, you can add a superior health potion to your inventory if you so wish.
Never mind, I don't have one.
Okay, never mind. You don't get anything. You don't get jack diddly squat, Val.
You don't have any potions, Val?
I do. They're only like a 2d4.
I'll just expend the rest of my spell slots to heal everyone as much as possible.
All right, go ahead and make
All right,
those
you ready?
rolls.
All right, we're gonna do.
That seems silly.
I can expend my. How many charges does my staff have again? Let me see here. Staff of Healing. It has 10 charges. I'm gonna use Mass Cure Wounds. All 10 charges. All right, ready?
Mhm.
So everyone heal for 19,
Nice.
and then everyone heal again for 22.
Oh, good. Good heals all around.
And that almost got me full health.
I'm half.
I'm half too.
Good job.
All right, now I'm gonna spend my actual spell slots. All right, Val, you can heal for another 21,
When I want.
and then 18 for me. How much more healing do you need, Lazy?
I just need 13, but I'm good.
You know my healing word.
Hmm?
What's my healing word?
I didn't hear you again.
What's my healing word?
I didn't heal you with a healing word. I touched you very inappropriately.
Ew. Got touched.
All right, and then last 13 for what's his face?
Me?
Otis, and then 20 for Val. And now all that's left is a single 2-second skill level or skill slot, and then 2 first level slots. So the sooner we rest, the better.
Well, let's go to the tree, and then on the other side of the tree, we'll
Let's just teleport. Oh, wait, I can't do that anymore. I used that spell slot.
okay.
We have to rest for at least 4 hours before I can teleport.
What time is it?
It would be, as you guys are leaving, it would be about 2 o'clock. By the time it took the week that it took you guys to get here, and then most of the day just to get to the edge of this border, it'd be about 2 o'clock.
In the afternoon?
Yes.
Or the morning?
So yeah, I mean, 4 hours as long as we do it before night comes.
Yeah, we can just
Be generally fine.
we can short rest.
A short rest won't give me a slot back.
No, but it passes the time. That's what I'm saying. Short rest is half asleep, so it's like 6 hours.
It only takes me 4 hours for a long rest.
Okay. I'll forget this for that. Else. Anyways. What do you want to do for 4 hours? Then?
So what are you guys doing? Sorry, I was doing something.
I am resting to get my spell slots back.
Okay. Are you resting where you guys are at?
No, we're going to find the best tree to teleport from, and then we're going to rest next to the tree.
Okay. So yeah, you guys continue on for about another, I would say, 30 minutes, give or take, to get to what looks to be the best non-decaying part. You see the border about 15 minutes into this next part of the walk, and then another 15 minutes you hit the actual tree line where there's full-on trees. And as you hit that border, you hear another howl of wolves as you see about 12 come pouncing out of the wood line of the decaying side, coming up to you, and you start running towards the tree line. But as you guys are running for about 2 or 3 minutes, you kind of look back because you're like, they should have caught up to us by now. They're a little bit faster than us. And you look back and you see the 10 or 12 wolves stopped right at that line. And you see them kind of snarl at you and quickly realize that they're not going to continue on chasing you, and so they turn around and start heading back into the decaying tree line.
Nice.
So yeah, you guys are going to rest?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, you guys go ahead and rest. Are you guys doing a watch order, or are you just going to kind of wing it?
I'll stay up the first part.
Okay.
I'll do
just
the
gotta-
middle shift.
Okay.
If we're
And-
sleeping through the night, then I'll do the last one.
All right. So, let me do some rolls here.
Technically, I would be up for also hanging out with. Or no. Yeah.
All right. Otis, I need you to make a perception check.
God, why do I always fucking roll stupid shit when I'm at? Rolled a 6. I mean an 8. It's a
Okay.
6 plus a 2. 8.
All right, good to know. Nothing happens during your shift. Pretty much goes by without an event. You see a squirrel or two, maybe you hear a howl from the.
Wait, I get advantage if it has to do with smell or.
I mean, yeah. Well,
Heightened senses.
I kind of have to put
It's rely on hearing or smelling.
Okay, I'll give it to you for the hearing part, but I'm not going to give it to you for the smelling part because you're outside. There's a lot of smells out here.
All right. 14.
But make sure in the future, if you're Gonna roll a perception check for this kind of situation. Make sure you declare that you're doing it for a hearing check and not a.
Specify.
Yeah, you got to specify that. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Those are really sharp nose.
All right, but yeah, your watch goes uneventful. Val, I'm gonna need you to make a perception check on your watch.
17.
17. Oh, also, your shift goes uneventful.
During my shift.
Oh, okay. What are you doing?
Before I wake Dugan up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not asleep. I only need 4 hours. I'm awake during yours.
He's technically right.
So then you're not taking a shift at all.
I'm taking the last shift. I just don't need 8 hours of sleep.
You're still meditating.
Huh?
Huh.
Why would I need to meditate longer than I need?
How long was lazy shift? Or is it shift?
A typical shift in the, depending on how many people are, would be 2 to 4 hours, give or take. Somewhere in that range. Just because there's a mixture. Otis is the only person here that's a human, so he needs a full 8 hours to full rest.
So how long was those shift? 2 hours? 4 hours?
It'd be about 2 or 3 hours, yeah.
So you are for an hour of my shift, fucker, while he's asleep for the hour.
Okay.
I want to draw a mustache on his face.
Okay. Biscuit, roll me.
Actually, I want it to be a big fat dick.
Okay. Val, make a sleight of hand check. Biscuit, make a perception check with disadvantage.
You know what? I'm going to use my inspiration.
Oh,
15.
15 for Biscuit.
Oh, yes, 26.
26. You drawed the fattest dick on his face. It is glorious.
I'm so fucking tired. I'm ready to be done. I'm done tonight.
All right. And when I wake him up, it's like nothing happened. I'm talking to him normal. I'm not looking at him weird.
Because you said that, I'm going to need a deception check. Biscuit, you can make an insight check. No disadvantage, you just get an insight check. 18 for Biscuit.
19!
Oh! Yeah, hey, it's your time to watch. Nothing happened during the watch. Everything's good to go, Biscuit. Or Dugan.
Am I making my perception check for my watch?
Yes. 11. As you are sitting there, and you're kind of just hanging out, you're sharpening a blade or two, just getting ready for the morning when Otis and Lena wake up. When you hear, do 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 do, make a history check.
9.
9. You don't know what they're chanting, but it seems to be like a war chant, almost. Do you speak Orcish?
Mm-mm.
You don't know what they're saying.
Mm-mm.
You just hear what sounds to be a bunch of voices chanting. You don't know what they're saying.
I'm gonna throw a rock at Otis. A pebble. Let me clarify.
I'm about to say, roll to him.
Can we throw a whole ass boulder at me?
He finds the biggest 18 by 18 boulder and just but yeah, you feel a thunk on your head, Otis.
I look up and look around and
Okay. Can you understand any of this? This chanting?
no.
Lazy, do you understand orc? You don't?
I figured I would, but no, I don't.
Let me hold on. Yo, you don't? Okay. I had your character sheet pulled up. Okay. Yeah, no, but it seems like it's a catchy tune. You don't know what it is though.
Can he make the same checks I did?
I'll allow you a history check. Otis. Sorry, I completely forgot I made you do a history check.
Does Otis say anything about
14.
using space?
14. You don't know what they're saying, but this is clearly orc. It is orc language, or an orc war chant.
So right before we teleport across the world, we need to figure out what the fuck this is.
Can we tell how far it's from us?
Based on the distance of the sound, you would say probably a good 150 feet, 200 feet from you right now.
Mm.
Dude, can you still turn into animals?
I didn't change classes. Yes. Yes, I
Can
can.
you turn into a bird and fly over there?
Yeah, I can expend one of my wild shapes for that. Is that okay? Oh, great masterful leader.
You
of our
talking?
DM.
Yeah. Don't know why it would be. Wouldn't be.
It's gonna snatch you off the air. Watch.
I'm a bird and I'm gonna fly high as fuck.
Okay.
I'm gonna be an eagle so I can see, but be high as fuck.
All right. Go ahead and open your map again. As you are flying over, now I know it's a little bit closer, but I couldn't fit it on the map. You see what looks to be an orc troll coming through the area. You see about 5, general the mill orcs, nothing too fancy. You also see one in the middle, looks like he's heavily armored, and you see an axe that seems to be glowing with a sort of blue energy on it, as well as you see a couple tiny figures you look to be goblins in the back of the party.
I will land and report. There's fucking orcs over there. One's got a shiny blue weapon. They seem to number 5 orcs. One boss looking one, heavily armored, and 3 goblin fucks. We call them the shit slingers.
As you guys are having this conversation, they are getting to about this distance from you guys. They haven't noticed you at all.
So about 50 feet away.
Give or take. Yeah, but thankfully you guys camped in this tree line very well, so you guys were able to hide from them.
Yeah, just in case, I'm gonna do pass without a trace on us.
Okay.
Just in case.
All 3 of you, if you could make a stealth check with the pass without trace, just so I know.
+10.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Yeah, you have not woken.
Woke me up.
Yeah, you have not woken up, Lena.
I got a nat 20.
Nat 20. Oh man, Otis is not even on this plane right now. You know what, Otis? You are sitting next to me. That's how stealthed you are. Me and you are gonna have a good drink, buddy. While I kill all the rest of your friends. I'm kidding. You know what? You're so stealthed. You're not even on the map.
Yeah, I'm walking around.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, they have not noticed you. It looks like they're continuing on and heading forward.
gonna throw a pebble at Lena.
Donk. Lena, you wake up.
Did I get up already? I swear I just fell asleep.
Dude, it's been about 2 hours since Dugan took over, I'll say.
Fuck.
It's almost morning, I will say that.
Why are you waking me up?
Because we got orcs
Where?
over there.
You-
All of them.
You guys are so sleepy.
Yeah, Val, you're like, what? And you finally open your eyes, and
You
you're
said they passed through. Do I still see them?
they're like right. If you're looking at the map, they're exactly where they are on the map.
Oh, okay, so they are like actively like right.
Yeah, they're not far. I also need you to make a stealth check as well, if you don't mind.
I wasn't being quiet.
Yeah,
Don't forget your +10.
yeah, you do get a +10.
33.
33? Yeah. You're in the Shadow Realm. You quickly realize that while Dugan was talking to you and waking you up, he was whispering, so you're like, oh shit, something's going on. And you quickly quiet your voice and you look around, and yeah, you see a good sized party walking by you, and you quickly see that they are orcs and some goblins.
Well, I am a motherfucker that can speak Orcish, so I know what they're saying. If they're saying anything.
Yeah, they are chanting, Urek the Unbroken, Urek the Unbroken. Make a history check, Val.
17.
17. Very good. So, Urek the Unbroken is a fabled figure in the history of the orcs. In case you do want to write this down, you can.
Yeah, I am.
All right, I'll give you a second.
She's ready. She's going. Go ahead.
All right. Ulrich the Unbroken was a fabled figure in the orc history. It is said that he was a orc with great power, almost divine-like, said to have gotten his abilities from Frigga, the goddess of fertility for the orcs. After he fell off a cliffside and almost died, and she granted him the gift of life and these special boons. Ulrich was said to have been the first orc to unite all wandering tribes into one confederation back in the days of the Great Change, and was the one who started the first invasion of Narvinia with the orcs. This was thousands of years ago, by the way. Was the first?
What was that last one? First what?
Yeah, he was the first orc to organize the tribes to attack Narvinia and invade. It's what set off a lot of hatred towards the orcs and whatnot. As far as you know, the last time the orcs tried to invade Narvinia or civilize Narvinia was about 150 years ago. But it was quickly demolished because there was no actual leadership. Ulrich was the one who really set the leadership back in the first place and was able to unite the tribes. So anything since then has been kind of quashed easily. But Ulrich the Unbroken is considered a lot of what a lot of orc warriors look up to in terms of what they aspire to be.
I'm gonna look at the two like listen, I can hear what they're saying. Give me just a second. I'm gonna listen to their chants and say, oh, they're chanting about Ulrich the Unbroken.
Who the fuck is that?
You can make a history check.
History check.
Yep.
I got 14.
14 for Dugan. Otis, what did you get?
12.
12. Okay. So yeah, you've both heard of maybe a little bit, like, you guys were taught basic stuff about the orcs. You've read basic stuff about the orcs. Ulrich is a pretty common name used to name children of orcs. As far as you know, you think it's based off of an ancient figure, but you don't know why or what his deal is.
Should we trail them? Figure out where they're going? Or go our own way?
I mean, it couldn't hurt to at least try to tail for a little while. Get an idea. I mean, we don't know anything about Petito's plans or what he's doing, so this could give us even a little bit of insight.
I cast Sunbeam. No, I'm just kidding.
You were all hella stealth, right? So
Yeah, they will not. They do not see you at all.
That'd be hilarious. One more fight scene. I'm too tired for that tonight. Just a heads up. Not happening. I'll cast Blight and be like, boom, 30 damage each. Just kidding.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, are you guys just letting them pass?
I think it would be good to follow them.
Okay.
I think.
All right. So you guys follow them. You guys can go ahead and get off the map. Yeah, you follow them, and as you do, they follow that line almost perfectly. The line that separates the
Two woods.
The two woods. They follow that line. It looks to be they're just patrolling the line to make sure that no creatures or anything is coming in and or out of it. So it looks like when you guys first came in, you guys missed that patrol, but on your way out, it caught up to you in that regard. It looks to be that they do this about every day. Just wander this this divide between lands.
I wonder why. If they've got this cursed land and they're doing this protection circle around it, I wonder if they're planning on like unleashing some kind of plague or something like that. Some kind of like.
I mean, they may not know that the animals are secluded to that area like we do.
Maybe not. I mean, I feel like I would assume so because they're walking the perimeter of it.
But yeah,
Unless you want to trail them back to their base. Because if it's a patrol, they can't have gone that far. Especially if it's a daily
I guess it
patrol.
would hurt to know where they're based. What do you think, Otis?
Yeah, I think we should find out where they're based.
We also might figure out if this is just like a small little detachment or if it's a part of like a more like central, force.
Type.
hold on, I'm just
He's trying to figure out who he wants to kill next.
That's what it feels like.
hold on. So yeah,
What you say?
so yeah, they so you guys were about right here when you guys were trailing them. It looks to be they had about throughout the day. Now this takes about a
Are you
full
wanting
day.
us to pull the map back up?
Yeah. Sorry. Oh shit, I forgot to. I like how I'm just doing this without having the map open. Yeah. So you guys were about here, I would say.
Okay.
Let me zoom in on this map here. You guys are about here. You guys follow them for about 15 miles, so about right here. You will notice you will come upon what looks to be a small fortress, wooden palisades, very crude and rough tents and whatnot. Doesn't look to be anything fancy, but you notice as you look into the camp, there's about 30 to 40 orcs and other
Oh my goodness.
attendings there. Seems to be a camp for just for the daily patrols and whatnot.
We can't see if there's any, like, what we would assume to be any, like, higher ranking.
You see a couple of those same look to be better equipped orcs, but you don't really see anybody that's like would be famous or whatnot. By the way, the patrol that you guys followed went about, I would say, 15 miles this way, and then went back up into this area for their camp. So they pretty much patrolled here to here. Okay, everybody good? Everybody got that?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you guys follow them, and you see about 40 fully fledged orcs, and then it looks to be they have a bunch of servants and slaves with them as well. But yeah, that's it. That's all you guys see.
It doesn't look like they're doing much other than
Patrolling this area, it looks like they're keeping it on like lock and key, kind of, right?
at least keeping an eye on things, I guess.
So yeah, what are you guys doing now?
I don't think it would be worth it to fight these guys, especially since it doesn't look like there's any, like, essential leader or anybody here.
Yeah, what do you think? Do you think we should just continue on our quests?
Yeah. Do they kind of look like they're gonna go to war? Or it just clearly looks like they're just patrol.
From what you can tell, it looks like they're just patrolling this region. It looks to be like they're watching that line to make sure that the predators stay in that area and that they don't continue forward past that line. Or there's any people trying to get in and out of that area as well. Other than that, it looks that's about it.
I guess we can go onwards to our mission.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So you guys are continuing on to Darkshire? Or that area?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Alright. So yeah, I'm assuming you're going to use your tree stride ability,
Yeah.
Biscuit? Okay. So yeah, you guys get a full rest, by the way, after all that, that days of just pretty much traveling and whatnot. You guys arrive right at the edge of the desert of Darkshire, so you probably got another 2 or 3 days of travel before you reach Darkshire. Just for the sake of time-wise, we'll go ahead and say those 2 to 3 days, you run into a couple areas of wild animals and whatnot harassing you, but you're able to fend them off easily, or scare them off pretty easily with a couple spells and whatnot. And you guys arrive at Darkshire, and with that, we're gonna go ahead and end tonight's session. Thank you to Biscuit, Lazy, and Lena for joining me, or not Lena, Val for joining me. We're gonna go ahead and call it here, and I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next